I'm drinking whiskey, I know nothing can go wrong. When I'm drinking whiskey, only time my mind is strong. When I got my bottle is when I'm standing tall. 'Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I don't feel nothing at all. Oh, when I'm good and drunken, can't nobody bring me down. I like to drink my whiskey when nobody is around. I know my empty bottle's the only one that understands that when I'm drinking whiskey, I forget the man I am. Whiskey, my hands don't ever shake. When I'm drinking whiskey, I don't lie in bed awake. 'Cause when I got my bottle, I don't care if I'm alive. 'Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I ain't afraid to die. 'Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I ain't afraid to die. Nothing set in stone. Anything can change the way you see by what is known. For when the light shines bright on the right side, you're left blind to the blight that the shadow hides. But what is your perspective? Oh, you think you wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah. Push myself to my limits, I'm in it to win it. Forget the beginning, it's now that you're living. Don't be forgiven, don't fear what you're missing. A mind like a killer, you need to be driven. 10 steps ahead, you prepared in the head? Think this shit through or just wing it instead? I'm tired of working so hard for this bread. I'm hungry as fucking fucked up in the head. I'm sick of these lazy bums, they all get nothing done. Waiting to have someone take care of everyone. I don't need anyone, this shit ain't any fun. It takes hard work to make yourself a penny, son. And I will not be the one with regrets. And I will not hear the doubt or the threats. And I'm not one to ever forget. So what's the fuck out or I'm coming for you next. Shit. I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah. Oh, you think you wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah. It's been like driving me crazy, these people complacent. Too many are lazy but wanna see changes. You can all hate me, you're slaves to these wages. You need to be crazy to head out for greatest. Don't want excuses, I wanna see movement. Just watch like a student and see how they do it. Need some improvement, we all need solutions. So be the one who could just sack up and do it. You ain't never gonna stop me, I'll be found. Climb my way to the top like a rebound. I'ma be the one to pop with a new sound. I'ma be the one to drop MCs now. Off in the hills with this shit. Think that I'm lost but I'm bound to this bitch. Think that I'm not what I say that I is. Think that I got what they need when I spit. Start shit. I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah. Oh, you think you wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah.
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is the trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney. Did you hear that? Did I do it and then mute myself? Or...
I didn't hear anything the first time. I was about to say it. I was going to do your intro.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Let's see if you can do it. Roll it off.
Hello, welcome everybody to the Gospel of Comics. With me tonight is my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney. How you doing today, buddy? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? I've been better, but it costs more.
All right, not bad. Stealing all my lines tonight. All right, I'm good with it. Anyway, you're uniquely Aristotelian. Is that how you say that? Aristotelian?
Aristotelian.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. I am the Church of Sparta this evening, and with us today is a special guest, the Scotsman like no other, Novelbro. How you doing today, buddy?
Not too bad. Just looking forward to getting started.
Oh man, you were sounding so good earlier, but now you're quiet.
Are you falling down a well while you're talking, Novelbro?
Did you get kicked down the well? Did you try and challenge Sparta? Uh-oh.
I think he slipped and fell and his device went up his ass.
Something happened. Something happened to you, Novelbro. Drop out and come back in.
Oh.
Okay, give us a minute.
There you are. You're good. Stop.
Don't do anything. Stay right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
Let's just not let's get talking about it.
Well.
All right.
As you guys can tell from the title card, we are reviewing 300 with Novelbro here because he is our resident historian and knows more than we will ever know about this time in history.
And because if we did mouse, we would be booted off of YouTube.
Well, we'll do mouse on D Live.
Hail the catsies! Hail the catsies!
No, I disavow. I was on the side of the dogs in mouse.
Yeah, I like the pig dude. He was all right.
He was Polish.
Which animal? Which animal was Switzerland?
Well, the Poles were pigs. The Americans were dogs. The Germans were cats. The Jewish were mice. And I don't know. I don't know if Switzerland was actually in that book. I think you might just be trying to make a joke.
No. I was.
Yeah, if Switzerland was any animal in that war, it would be a honey badger. Stop flying over a fucking airspace, fuck!
Anyway. Also...
And no, I'm Brock. I could not play both church and myself for an entire show. That would be exhausting.
I don't know. We could maybe test that one night and see how long it takes you to lose your
Yeah,
fucking mind.
I'll just sit back and get shit-faced and make fun of you, and I'll mute myself
I'll
in
develop
Discord.
multiple
What I'll do is I'll mute...
multiple personality disorder by the end of the show.
Well, what I'll do is I'll mute myself in Discord, but I'll let it play over the stream, and I just will make sure you're not listening to the stream, and I'll just shit-talk you the entire time you're trying to be me, but you won't hear it. The audience will. It'll be great.
Ayrton, uniquely fucked with an MPD.
But
Don't give them ideas.
a couple of things, just a little housekeeping, so to speak. We saw the full Batsuit this week, and I'm not impressed. I like the reveal better than I like the actual Batsuit. Let me get that pulled up on screen for the people.
The Bat Cycle was kind of cool.
Well, the Bat Cycle was fine, but the Batsuit itself, I mean, come on.
It looked like a cheap cosplay.
What was that?
It looked like a cheap cosplay.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like Ant-Man with bat ears.
Pretty much.
So that's the bat
Well,
suit.
That could be interesting. The ant bat.
Yeah, but this is apparently a BMW motorcycle that they've used for the shell, or well, to put a shell of the bat cycle on. I don't know. It could be better, but the bat suit itself, I think it looks like trash. Like,
Yeah, it's a weird BMW.
well, it's more the bat suit that I'm thinking about. But these are the only images that
I
leaked.
know.
So
I know. I want.
That's embarrassing to look at, man. Holy fuck. What's that on his fucking arm?
let's see.
I could be Wolverine with this new device. Look at it.
Well, I had a reaction to this. I think I should pull that up on screen as well. I think it will make everything clear. Here was my reaction to that suit. Just so everyone is aware of where I stand on it. But yeah, give the stream a second to catch up. But you will see this is Billie Eilish's reaction from the Oscars. I've come to love this particular image of her because, well, it depicts exactly how I feel about so much thing that go on with superhero mediums these days.
Right? Did you see the Marvel thing they're trying to do with Carol Danvers too?
Oh yeah, giving her
comics?
all of the powers of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got one of Iron Man's gloves on. She's got the Cap shield. She's holding Thor's hammer, which would never happen.
No.
Danvers would never be
She's
fucking worthy.
close to willing. Yeah.
Einbrecht, I challenge you to fight me on this, but Michael Keaton's Batman, best bat suit ever. Fight me. I don't give a shit that he couldn't move his head, but what were you gonna say?
Adam West.
No, I'll fight you on that one. Adam West was amusing. He wasn't. I mean, he was accurate for the time period, sure. But
yeah, and it'd be the one bat suit that you'd be most likely to wear at Halloween as well.
Exactly.
I don't know. I want bat nipples.
But still not the best. No, not by a long shot. Not by a.
Okay, Einbrecht admits that Keaton looked good, so I'm content. His Joker was probably the best too. Jack Nicholson's Joker. I mean, let's be real.
Oh, I love Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, it was the closest thing to a depiction of a comic book character that we got in that day, outside of the Batman and Keaton Batman. But what are you gonna do? So, anyway, second bit of housekeeping.
Oh, why is the stream playing? Stop. Okay.
Stop it.
Go ahead.
Second bit of housekeeping that I have is, did you guys hear? There's been a recent departure at DC Comics.
I missed that one.
Oh, did you?
I'm listening.
Well, DC's co-publisher Dan DiDio has left DC Comics. We don't know if it was a mutual leaving, if he was fired, or what. But Dan DiDio is no longer with DC Comics. The industry veteran had served in the role of co-publisher since 2010. Dan DiDio is no longer with DC, THR confirmed, The Hollywood Reporter. Fuck you, ad. Don't care. Get the fuck off my screen. You get nothing from me. Nothing. DiDio had served as publisher for DC alongside Jim Lee since 2010, following a 6-year stint as vice president and executive editor, and prior to that, VP editorial. As publisher, DiDio was one of the main figures behind DC's 2011 line ride relaunch, The New 52. Well, that's enough reason to fucking sack him right there. Which saw the company provide contemporary makeover to its entire superhero back catalog. Not true. You left out so many good characters. You can go fuck yourself on that one. Initially a sales success, both sales and buzz faded to the point where 2016's subsequent line-wide relaunch under the banner of DC Universe Rebirth restored many elements dropped in the reboot, because you were dumb. DiDio's departure comes ahead of the announcement of further relaunch of the DC comic book universe, which is 5G or what the fuck ever, which is going to be a complete and utter failure, I hate to say. With Bendis at the helm of DC right now, I kind of hate everything they're doing. They've gotten rid of John. Okay, all right. Stop with the kilobyte fluctuation. OBS, don't fuck with me. I will unplug you. Anyway, since stepping into the executive role of the company, DiDio has served as DC's public face at conventions and public events. Now, that's not entirely true. There have been other public faces of DC, but DiDio was one of the more common names, and I don't know, a lot of anti-Comicsgate have come out and said that he was the last executive at DC willing to work with Van Sciver, which I don't believe is true. Anybody that wants to make money is willing to work with Van Sciver because his name carries weight. But
yeah,
I mean that's the general sense of
financiers are financiers at the end of the day.
Well, we'll have more covering the DiDio angle as it comes out. I'm really curious as to find out why DiDio parted ways. Was it mutual? Was it a firing? Was it just him retiring? What the fuck ever. But Einbrecht in the chat says, I actually enjoyed New 52 Flash and the Forever Evil arc. Really solid read despite their many narrative issues. I enjoyed watching Lex Luthor do something other than trying to kill Superman. Yeah, and a lot of people like Court of Owls, but the thing is, like, you lost so many core characters in New 52. They just ignored things that happened in major events. They completely disregarded the 52 lineup as it stood. And everything that happened at that, as we're covering, like you see a lot of the Infinite Crisis fallout in 52, it was all washed away by New 52. So I feel like it was a downgrade. There were some good stories that come out of it, but there's good stories that come out of everything. I don't know.
Yeah, like I enjoyed at least the first several issues of Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps of New 52. I read those as they were coming out, which I'm probably going to go reread once we're done with this 52 project run, just to see how it stacks up.
Wasn't New 52 the battleground for Blackest Night?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there were good stories that came out of it, like the War of Light came out of New 52 and all that bullshit. Swamp Thing as the White Lantern came out of New 52, but really, I don't know. I'm not about it. It wasn't that great. Anyway, you guys ready to get into the actual meat of the episode? You guys ready to start looking at 300?
You mean, are you and me ready to sit back and just let Novelbro go off?
What was that, Novelbro?
Yes, fucking Greco, fucking Persians, fucking savages, fucking barbarians.
Well, first off...
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I am a fucking Romophile, 100%.
I just want to...
Warrior and Victus or fuck off.
I want to preface this by saying... So when I got the copy over to Novelbro, was it Sunday that I got it to you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, me and him were DMing on Discord, and every 5 minutes he was sending me paragraphs of stuff, correcting what they did wrong. It was highly amusing.
Well, that's one of the reasons that I picked this kind of title for him. I wanted something that was based in history, but with a comic flair to it, so that he could talk about it. Now, first off, gentlemen, I want to get your take before we get into the review of the book, because I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the movie 300. So
Yeah.
the story isn't going to come as a shock or a surprise to anyone. Maybe the structure of the story will be a little surprising to everyone, but the story itself isn't going to surprise anyone. What did you guys think of the book compared to the movie?
I was very surprised on a few matters, but I noticed that a few of Frank Miller's mistakes had, in fact, leaked into the movie, but the movie in itself made mistakes that the book never made either. So,
Right.
it's
There were
back
a
and
couple of
forth.
parts in the there were a couple of parts in the movie that the book never actually addressed. They were added for flair and whatnot. Like a lot of the
Right.
things that happened in the in the actual movie, like things that happened within Sparta after the soldiers went off on their walkabout. They never actually happened in the book. There was no delegation that took place. Leonidas's wife was never sexually assaulted or anything like that. She was never betrayed in the books. That was all added for filler, I suppose, because if you condense the story down and try and tell it like a movie, it'd be 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, thereabouts. Like, oh, let's make an action movie out of 300. Fuck, it's short. What do we do now? Fuck.
Throw some rape in there. That people like rape,
Put some-
right?
Yeah, we can handle it. You can do it, right? Get Dominic West in there. He can play the fucking guy. Come on.
You're falling in and out,
5 minutes.
Novelbro. You're falling in and out. Like you have great audio 1 second, and then another second, like you're muffled, like you're talking through a solo cup.
Ah, right. So I just need to keep this a little closer to my face.
There you go.
Yes.
So
yeah, get Lena Headey to do whatever she's supposed to do, like act as like the jaded Spartan woman for actually having to let Dominic West do everything.
Well, just for anybody who doesn't know about the comic book history of 300, it was originally a comic book written in 1998 for a 5-issue limited series. It was written and illustrated by Frank Miller and then colored by Lynn Varley. It is a fictional retelling of the Battle of Thermopylae, I believe is the correct way to say it.
Yeah, that's the correct pronunciation. Anything else would just be like, hey, no, just stick to what everybody else calls it. Stick to what's on the map. Thermopylae is just as good as any.
It retells the story from the perspective of King Leonidas from Sparta, which I feel like is a little bit of, just disingenuous because Spartans didn't have king. They elected the greatest warrior of their tribe as their leader, but they bowed to no man. They would follow the greatest warrior into battle, but they never kneeled. That was one of their things, and that was kind of depicted in the movie. Is that they wouldn't kneel to Xerxes. That was their one, caw. But this was actually put out by Dark Horse Comics, and it had a monthly release schedule. Like I said, 5 issues. And this is pretty reminiscent of Frank Miller's style. He would tell a story, and the color palette and the art style really lend themselves to this story. It's not the crispest, cleanest art. It's not the kind of art you would get from 52, like you'll see as we get further into the story and show different pages. But the art depicts the story well, and it fits the theme of the story very well. It's very similar art to what you would get out of Batman Returns. Sometimes it's a little blurry. It's a little hard to tell who is who. But it's never important during those times, and other times it depicts the story very well, and you can tell who it's who. Oh, hold on. I think something's happening.
Uh-oh.
I think something's happening. What's going on?
Hey.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit, son! He's got a steel chair!
It's such a fucking electrifying thing to me. I feel like Danny's just walking to the fucking building and he's jumping into the...
Hey,
How's it going?
Go on, slobber knocker.
good. So I'm calling in for my first segment. Who cares? And I gotta say, I love that I got the Stone Cold intro. It's my
Well, that's what you
very
asked
proud
for.
of that.
It's,
I'm right, man.
it's what
Yeah,
you
I mean,
asked
I
for,
did
so
ask
it's
for
what
it.
you get.
I got what I fucking deserve.
That's right. You get what you fucking deserve.
Okay. So I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I came in to rant a little bit about gay Spider-Man.
Okay.
Ooh. By all means, please.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it earlier this week, and I listened to EVS. He was talking about it on a live stream. Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield both want Spider-Man to be gay, and they're talking
No
about
one
doing it in
else
the next
does.
Spider-Verse movie. Yeah. And like they're like, oh, you know what? All the Tumblrettes are like, oh, you know, it would be neat. You know, it would be neat. You know, it'd be really cute is if Andrew Garfield Spider-Man came into the Spider-Verse and he was the gay one. That'd be cute. And it's like, I was really upset about this when I first heard it. I was like, I just don't. It's more annoying than I am like, oh, I hate gay people. I don't hate gay people. I like gay people. Gay people are fine. It's like, it's so cute. It's so sickly sweet and cute.
Confirmed
But-
Denny likes gay people.
Yes.
Gay people are fine. I don't have a problem with gay people. But anyway, but I was thinking about it and I've calmed down a little bit. I'd be fine with it as long as Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland were in an openly gay relationship with each other in real life. Because if they're so like if it's so not a big deal, if it's so not sickeningly sweet and cute and just done for virtue, why do they have a problem with it? They seem to like the virtue to everybody publicly about how great it is. Why don't they just make out with each other on like New Year's Rockin' Eve or something next time, and then we can have a gay Spider-Man. And because the real life Spider-Men are gay,
Right.
These are fictional characters. They don't. I mean, they can write the fictional characters to be however they want to, and we're all supposed to think it's cute and adorable. How long before we just start writing real life people as gay? Why can't we just write Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland as gay together? Why can't we
Well,
Hold
hijack
on.
real life?
Hold on. I have to tag somebody in real quick.
uh-oh.
What's going on, Christy boy?
Not much. This is SJW Spider-Man. What's up?
I assumed as
The
much.
real SJW Spider-Man or the good one?
The good one.
The good one.
Oh, I like the good one.
Thanks, fuck.
Little known fact, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is actually already the gay one.
Is he already the gay one?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Gwen
I mean,
Stacy,
you know,
totally beard, you can tell.
I didn't want to say anything, but you know, I did pay him like $20 the other day for. I mean, $20 is $20,
Well, if you-
right?
If you notice in Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he shoots out his web to save Gwen Stacy,
Mhm.
it morphs into a hand that's like reaching out for her, and then that hand makes the sign language signs for "I'm gay, deal with it, bigot." It's just real quick. A lot of people didn't catch it.
I caught it. I slowed it down. It's slow mo.
Well,
Real blink and you
frame.
miss it moment.
he's also British, which it's hard to tell when they talk if they're gay or not.
You know what's funny? He was in Doctor Who, which is a British show, but he played
was.
an American in Doctor Who.
He played a New Yorker in that episode.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah. You're right. You were right, sir.
Just real quick, I don't know if I have enough whiskey for all this chat, but I'm damn sure gonna find out.
A fun fact about Doctor Who is it is also incredibly gay.
Yeah,
Well,
no, it is. I still like the David Tennant
correction,
seasons quite a bit.
correction. Current Doctor Who is incredibly gay.
Yes.
Russell T Davies
no.
Doctor Who was the pinnacle
Old
of
school
like,
Doctor
TV
Who.
sci-fi.
Old school Doctor Who is
Remember-
the fucking shit. Like, don't disgrace
I
old
love-
school Doctor Who.
I'm not.
I
I'm
mean,
saying
I
I
love
love
the
the Davies
Christopher
seasons.
Eccleston one as well.
The Davies did the Eccleston seasons too, and those are great too. I like the Davies run myself.
The Capaldi ones weren't so bad either.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they were.
Still gay.
Here's
the first few
The
were.
first season and a half of Capaldi was pretty good.
before we
I'll
get
say
off on
the
a
first
Doctor Who
half
tangent,
season of
tangent
Capaldi.
not Tenet. Fuck Tenet. Before we get off on a Doctor Who
No,
tangent,
don't fuck Tennant.
I would like to weigh in on the gay Spider-Man thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Peter Parker
Yeah,
is
I
not a
was-
homosexual.
Yeah, go ahead.
He has never been a
Not yet.
homosexual. 1965, when Amazing Fantasy number 15 came out, Peter Parker was a high school kid with a crush on a woman named Gwen Stacy. He furthered his story arc by watching Gwen Stacy die to him trying to rescue her, and then establishing a relationship which led to marriage and children with Mary Jane Watson. At no point did Spider-Man roll up his mask to suck a dick. So
Yeah, Church, but
Not
that's
that we saw.
that's that's all gonna get retconned. That's
Like I
all gonna
said,
get retconned here in 2 months when Joe
I-
Quesada gives Zoe Quinn a Spider-Man book.
look,
I'd be fine with it. I'm so progressive. I want to start retconning reality. How long before we can just guilt celebrities into being gay for progressive points? Because that's what I'm gonna push for from now on. I want Andrew
Yeah, and
Garfield
it's
and Tom
puppet
Holland to
master.
be gay together, and then we
Well,
can have a
how-
gay Spider-Man. We can have
How
gay
long before
Spider-Man.
how long before the Harry Potter bitch just starts saying like, "Surprise, you were gay all along"?
She did.
I
She
agree
did
with
do
you,
that.
la,
She's.
la,
What
la.
are you talking about? The Harry Potter bitch has been doing that for years.
Ayrton, you forgot that. J.K.
No!
J.K. Rowling had canceled herself. No, she canceled herself last month. Remember, she said that trans women are not women.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who was that? Zoe Quinn?
No, J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
Stephen King got canceled for saying skin color was more important, or for saying talent was more important than skin color.
He's correct on that, by the way. That's the only
No,
thing
he-
I've ever agreed.
He is.
It's the only
he is
thing I've
correct,
ever
yeah.
agreed with him on. Yeah, but yeah, talent is more important.
Hot
than skin
take.
color.
Hot take from Stephen King.
It's okay when the
He
Boogaloo
apologized
comes,
later.
The Boogaloo will come for J.K. Rowling too.
That's right.
It's all right. Stephen King has never written a black character, so it's fine.
Bullshit. He
This
wrote a
is
black
really
character in
unfair.
it.
Wait, John Coffey.
There.
John Coffey.
No, that was changed for the movie. Church.
No. The
Fun
old
fact
movie
is
had
he's just
the old movie had a black kid
If
in
he
it
did-
too, didn't it?
also changed
Yeah.
for TV. Yeah,
No,
in the
Really?
book, he's just described as a very darkly colored white kid,
There's
Oh.
no
If
black people in the suburbs of Massachusetts.
excessively tan.
if Stephen King had written a black character, he'd almost definitely die first.
True.
There are also 0 black people in Maine.
And what?
Not even one. There's no black people in Maine either.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
Not
there's
even
lobsters. There's
Or
lobsters and crackers, and displaced redneck.
And apparently
trailer trash.
alcoholics.
Hey,
And
I'm not
Yeah,
in.
a lot of.
I'm not in Maine. I'm in Toadsuck. Fuck
I
you.
like the sound of me.
The only white Stephen King cares about is the stuff that goes in his.
But
Danielle.
anyway,
Daniel
getting-
Gams in
well,
the
I'm
chat
sorry.
asked if we can pressure Rob Liefeld into not breathing for progressivism.
definitely we could. You've seen how much that guy proves attention, approval.
Or he could accept my invitation to a chess boxing match.
I'll
But anyway,
referee.
I don't know.
I thought you wanted to box comic book hut.
He wants to box everybody.
Getting
I
back,
want to fucking box them all, man.
getting back
I
to
don't
the
know. Rob
relationship.
Liefeld.
Go ahead, Denny. Go
back-
ahead.
he was ringing
Hold
the
on.
victory
Hold on.
lap
One at a
earlier.
time. One at a time. Denny, go first.
Getting back to the relationships in comics books real quick. This is my last point I had on my little note cards, and by note cards I mean notes I scribbled on my hand.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a purist. I like Superman should be with Lois Lane. Batman should be by himself. Peter Parker should be with Mary Jane. A lot of people will fight me on it, but I think Cyclops should be with Jean Grey. Like, yeah, there's going to be story arcs where they're fighting, or there's going to be story arcs where things go bad, or she's with Logan, or Lois and Clark can't be together right now, or Peter Parker and Mary Jane have to split up because of the Mysterio's plot or whatever. But like ultimately, it should be like a Ross and Rachel thing. Like they're always tentatively
destined to be
involved.
together.
They're always that's the way that I like comic books. That's the way that I see things. Like, but so maybe I'm biased, but I don't care if there's gay characters. I want them to make gay characters. Make your own gay characters. But Peter Parker is canonically straight, and there's 80 years of comic book lore to back it up.
Preach it, brother.
You're not wrong.
You could make a gay character like it's Oblivion.
All right, well, Denny, that was a
Very
fantastic
nasty opinion.
That was a fantastic introduction to Who Cares, and we look forward to many more in the future.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick on for a few more minutes if that's okay. I'll just listen.
You're good.
Be a good boy.
We're just we're talking about 300. I do have one thing to bring up. With these new introductions to the show, we have another mystery caller honor. Oh wait a minute. Wait.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Oh, it's Poe.
Oh shit!
Hey guys, what's up?
What's going on? How's it going, buddy?
I've just been busy the last couple hours, so a lot of paperwork and actual work to do. So
You're good. You posting cringe? I feel you.
no, I haven't been on Twitter since like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I've been actually, well, maybe a little bit after 7, but yeah, I actually had to do real work, like adult work.
He's manning the Wendy's Twitter account, ladies and gentlemen.
If only it was Wendy's. Wendy's would be great, but no, it's something different.
Okay. What you got for the black pill this week?
Honestly, oof. You guys have seen the new the Captain Marvel cover for the March issue, the new March run that's coming out, right?
We touched on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember posting that back in, I think, January, and everybody thought I was just joking at first. And then they actually looked at it, and I remember it got more than a few of my followers mad because of how ridiculous it was.
Dude, it bullshit.
Yeah,
Carol Danvers should literally, Minecraft herself straight into Greenland.
I mean, that wouldn't kill her even. Wouldn't even kill her at this point.
Not the way Joe Quesadilla wants it to be.
Has anybody watched Community? Do you guys know that one season of Community where like they fired Dan Harmon and it was real awful? And then when Dan Harmon came,
I don't watch
Dan
television.
Harmon came back and they were like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
They were like, "Oh, that season was just a gas leak. That season that was so awful that because Dan Harmon didn't work on it. There was just a gas leak on set, and everybody was being stupid because there's a gas leak." Marvel has been in their gas leak period for like 2 years.
Try like 7.
All right, real quick, guys. I got to bounce here soon. I got to make an announcement here. First, Church of Failure. You're getting it first. Get a major announcement. I am officially the Spoony One's new manager / PR guy.
Oh shit!
And my first endeavor here is I am going to convince the Spoony One to sell feet pics on OnlyFans.
Get this motherfucker on the show, SJW Spidey. Get him on the Gospel of Comics.
Spidey.
Keep your eyes open.
Who's Spoony
for the Spoony One feet?
Get him on. That's SJW Spidey. Get him on the Gospel of Comics, Spidey. Get him on this fucking show.
I have to get him.
Oh man!
I have to get him to contact me back first.
Okay.
He doesn't know. He's unaware of our business relationship right now, but I'm chipping away at it.
There you go. Anyway,
all right, you guys take it easy.
You too, buddy. Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. See you next time.
Someone just sent me some horrible pictures through DMs, and I have to just post them for all of Twitter to see.
Oh man.
Yeah, you like to do that.
It better not be that drill pictured, Poe.
Oh no, it's not the drill. Someone did send me that. It's a video. Someone did send me that.
Video.
I'm not gonna post that, but it's basically someone who, well, two different pictures. One of them with it's like a quarter-sized hole in the back of their mouth, all the way
see that one.
up into some sort of gray matter.
Do I need to bring that up on screen? Because I can actually show that one.
Their whole thumb just like the back of their mouth.
Okay.
And they're opening their mouth for you to see this disgustingness.
Before you guys get too into showing the goer on camera, I'm going to have to go. But can I shill my art sale going on right now to fund my trip to Road Rage?
Please.
Absolutely. Please do.
Yeah. So anybody that's listening, I'm going to Dick Masterson's Road Rage Maddox funeral in LA. It's the first time I've ever been to LA.
Nice.
So I'm doing an art sale right now to help fund my trip. So if you want some cheap art, hit me up at Atomic Denny on Twitter. All commissions $60 or less, depending on what you want. So that's all I got. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure, Danny.
Yep, have a good one, Poe.
We'll show your tweet. Post it in show suggestions before. Yeah, you're here, buddy. Denny, post your link in show suggestions. We'll shill it at the end of the show.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, man.
Later, man.
Yep, have a good one.
No, Poe, fucking Carol Danvers bullshit is fucking awful, and they should feel bad because there's been seven Captain Marvel volumes over the last 8 years.
7 years? No,
yeah.
8 years now. It's 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been 7 volumes in 8 years. They couldn't even get a full 12 issues out of any of them.
Oh wait, did you see the Captain Marvel? They tried to do like a magazine spread for her. Like it was the best of her best issues.
Yeah, and it was literally just bullshit from. It was literally just bullshit from the movies, right?
Like they basically just most of it was just in the last 7 years. Literally her worst years.
Yeah,
like they skipped like a whole several decades. It's like, this is when we started pushing her like heroin. That's what we want you to.
Hot take. The best thing Carol Danvers ever did was go into a coma so Rogue could have her powers.
I mean, that's basically true.
Is that really just a hot take, or is that just the general consensus of
it's literally it's the consensus. It's the consensus. But like something really interesting about Captain Marvel, like you know how she's basically has no personality at this point except for strong women generally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's basically because like she's been mind wiped like 2 times in the last 8 years, like last real time years. But that would mean 2 times in like comic book years, 2 times in the last 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
In Marvel time. So she has no personality. They're actually accurate on that. Her personality is just what she thinks she used to be like.
Well, and then they come out like she's half Kree, and now they're trying to give her the powers of the Avengers. Like they leaked a photo of her with a gauntlet from Iron Man, holding Cap shield, holding the hammer of Thor. Like fuck all that. Like she would never in 100 years be worthy of that fucking hammer.
Look, not even the hammer. Why does she have Iron Man's gauntlet? What is that gonna do for her that she doesn't already have?
I mean, repulsor blast, of course.
She can like blow up an asteroid with one blast of her own.
According to Marvel, yes, but according to her fucking timeline and the powers of Captain Marvel, nah. Like the original Captain Marvel couldn't even beat cancer, and this bitch is beating entire asteroids full of aliens. Fuck that.
It's because she's half Kree, man.
The original Captain Marvel was full Kree. Fuck you.
No, like it's that hybrid vigor. She has all the power of one angry woman and also a Kree.
It's that half-breed strength like Obama had, right? I killed him. I killed him, ladies and gentlemen. The cringe is done. He ripped the vape too hard on that.
I wish I had a vape. I wish I had a vape.
And by the way, I pulled up Twitter because I had a notification, and goddamn it, Poe, when I clicked on the feed, that goddamn hole in that picture was the first thing that was on my screen.
Yeah.
Well,
Why do I follow you?
Because you had to see it, I'm going to make everyone else see it. So,
and I am saved from that shit for the moment because I don't have Twitter yet.
Hey, pull up the stream, Novelbro. You're good. I got you. Just pull up the stream.
You want me to just DM it to you?
No. Just pull it up on the stream. I've got you on screen. You on screen.
There you go. I don't know what this is. What has happened here?
And everything, so I have to...
What has happened here? Can anybody explain this to me?
That's what happens when you smoke menthols for 67 years.
I still can't see it yet. It's a delay and it's fucking killing.
I'm not sorry, everyone. I had to see it, so you do too. Everyone is a Spartan after watching the stream, by the way. I just want you all to know.
But by the way, did you guys see that the real Tony is coming back and the AI clone is finally getting back to where he came from?
Yeah, but are they going to follow the Bendis storyline where he was just a giant cuck, or are they going to bring him back as a fucking OG?
Wait, which storyline was that?
The one where Ryu Williams just kind of like cucked him on technology in her fucking garage with no equipment whatsoever except for a soldering iron.
Wait, wasn't that that was the AI clone though?
No, that was Bendis. Like, Tony Stark was still alive when she stole the armor.
Wait, really?
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
See, look,
Ironheart.
I did not pay attention to Riri because
Riri Williams started building the Ironheart armor when Tony Stark was still alive. It was once the Doctor Doom Iron Man went live. Was once Tony was an AI.
God damn it.
I'm just waiting for that shit to get off the fucking screen.
This is why we call it the black pill with Poe. This is why we call it the black pill. I'm sure we have no viewers left.
This is why you don't smoke.
Is that from a drill? Is that what that is?
It could be from a lot of things. You don't know.
Okay.
It looks like he's eating shit and it's just stuck there.
Well,
look, I don't do research for what happened to these people. I just post what did happen.
Oh, it's gone. Thank you.
Yeah. SJW Spider-Man on Twitter says this is why you don't visit glory holes.
A very valid point, by the way.
But anyway, so Carol Danvers having the powers of all the Avengers. What do you think going to come of that? Do you think she'll get a full 12 issues out of that, or do you think they'll cancel that after the #1 issue doesn't sell half the copies?
Look, I don't think she's ever going to get 12 issues when they keep writing her the way they are. I think that at this point, the only thing that can save Marvel is if they pulled another, what's that called? If they pulled another, what was that event where we found out that the whole universe was just Franklin Richards mini universe?
Oh, Heroes Reborn?
Yes, that's it. I was thinking Heroes Rising, but I was like, no, that's from My Hero Academia. Why am I thinking Heroes Rising? So yeah, Heroes Reborn. The only thing that could save Marvel is they say that this all new, all different, or Marvel Now, whatever, was just another Heroes Reborn situation from that little cosmic cube toddler messing around.
I don't know, man. Fucking.
I can see it.
The way I see it, like we were just talking about Dan DiDio before you came on, and he's leaving DC.
Yeah.
And DC is going to end up rebooting into their 5G line or whatever the fuck, where they're going to start charging like
5G.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it. and they're going to start charging like $8 an issue for standard Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman fare, and they're going to replace all the mainline characters. I think they're going to replace Batman with the Signal. They're going to replace Superman with Supergirl or some bullshit.
A new black Batman?
Yeah.
Wait, they're replacing Batman with a new black... But why would you... why would you do that? Okay.
I think I can get away with one per stream because they're retarded.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you had such a great thing going. Like, I've just been posting like some Super Sons over the last couple days. Like, issues of Tomasi Super Sons. Pictures of Tomasi Super Sons. Because of how good it was. And they actually had something good with those characters. With Superman acting like a dad. Batman spending
They made Damian and John relatable to everyone who grew up with the best friend.
Like they made Batman feel like he was actually actually being a father instead of just acknowledging that he had a son.
Yeah. And Batman's been a father-type character for 80 years now, ever since the introduction to True Robin. But,
yeah,
the fact
I'm sorry, you mean Rick Grayson?
Yes. But the thing is...
Rick Grayson?
Yes, Rick Grayson. Not to be confused with Dick Grayson. But they have always had Batman in a father figure type role, but literally he just kidnapped kids that were homeless or parentless or orphaned or what the fuck ever and made them put on skin tight outfits and go get shot at for it. That was his MO. Now that he has a real son who actually challenges him and he can't just like put in the corner like baby, he actually had to display some human emotion, and it made shit like, even Tom King's fucking Selena Kyle proposal run, it made that understandable because he has a kid to think about after he's dead, because eventually Batman's going to die. Like, it'll never happen in DC Comics, but as a father, I have to prepare for every inevitability with my kids. I have to assume that every day that I walk out the door, I might get hit by a fucking bus and my kids need to be taken care of. So you got some real Batman like humanity out of this when Batman was becoming a mechanical figure that just beat the shit out of bad guys and had an answer for everything. Considering DC forgot that in the 60s and 70s he was the world's greatest detective. Like, Frank Miller, as much of a god as he is, and as much as we're going to laud him for the story we're reviewing tonight, Frank Miller essentially killed the detective aspect of Batman. And with that, I think he killed any bit of humanity the man had. So, I don't know. As much as Dark Knight Returns did for the Batman franchise, I feel like it did just as much damage to the character. But
you know what? That's actually. I understand what you mean.
Well, I mean,
I feel like it also hurt Superman a lot too.
They tried to revive the detective aspect of the character with the Elongated Man in 52, which we've been reviewing on this channel. But him not drinking Gin Gold and basically just being a normal guy who couldn't stretch. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't good. We didn't give a shit about Detective Private Eye Elongated Man. We wanted him to stretch and be Reed Richards with a fucking super mind. But Batman hasn't shown anything about being quote unquote a detective. The closest we got was him being in the Mobius chair and remembering, oh yeah, ask questions. Who's the Joker? And then they fucking cucked us on that. 3 Jokers, and then what has it been? 4 years? 4 years later, we still have no goddamn answers. We have no fucking answers on that bullshit. What the fuck? Right?
It's like they don't know what they're doing anymore. It's like they are just throwing stuff at the wall. Like, I thought Marvel was just throwing stuff at the wall, but DC is guilty of that too.
Well, I pointed this out earlier. Like, back in the day when you had the greats like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and everybody working for these companies, and Jack Kirby bounced independently between the two. But when you had greats working in these fucking companies, they wrote comic books as if every comic book was somebody's first. Nowadays, you've got executives who have been trained for damn near decades to exploit the diamond model, where it didn't matter how many issues you fucking sold, as long as Diamond distributed them, it didn't matter how many ended up in pull list or in the hands of customers. It matters that Diamond sold them to the direct market. And that's why comic book shops are closing. That's why the direct market's going to fail. And I feel like that's why Diamond's going to crumble. And that's the only way we're going to get an actual restructuring of any of these companies or the comic book industry outside of Comicsgate. We're going to get companies that are just like, well, as long as we can push variant covers and shit like that and force retailers that can afford it to buy 200 issues to get this exclusive variant cover that they're going to sell for $100, who cares? And there's nothing you can do beyond that because Diamond has a fucking iron grip on the distribution market. So the fact that comic books are showing back up in like Walmarts and fucking drugstores now is a great thing because those places have returnability clauses. But outside of that, Diamond's not going to fucking loosen their grip on the direct market and comic book stores. So until Diamond dissolves, we're not going to get a change from any of these major companies. And with companies like Disney and AT&T owning Marvel and DC, they don't give a shit about printed comics. They want the property specifically so that they can make movies and TV shows. I mean, am I wrong there?
You're not. You're absolutely correct.
So they don't give a shit about the printed medium. Again, as long as they can push a new #1 to a direct market and get their sales figures from Diamond instead of how many figures the direct market sold, because they don't have to worry about the direct market being able to return, because they fucking can't. It's in the contract. I've read them. What does it matter to them? Like, they're making money. They're making money that's basically being thrown in the back issue bin and being sold for fucking 10 cents on the dollar.
I'm just wondering. Like we know that comic book stores can't keep up like this. They can't keep up when the big two is just screwing them over like this. Or is it the big two? Or is it just Diamond?
It's Diamond. The
Yes.
big two has been trained. Yeah, but the big two have been trained as far as as far as their executives go, because their executives have nothing to do with the creative process. The people that hire, like Mags couldn't get a job in 1960 or 1970. None of the Bendis would have literally been laughed out of Marvel when he procured the idea of Riri Williams. He would have been like, "Who the fuck is going to buy that?" And Stan Lee would have looked at him and said, "You can't sell that. Try again." But nobody would tell Bendis that because of his success with Ultimates.
I used to look up to Bendis after Ultimates and so much else, and then I kind of phased out of comics for the most part for like several years, and I came back, and then he had just ran his name into the ground.
Yeah, like Bendis did great work on Jessica Jones. Bendis did great work in Ultimate Spider-Man. But outside of those two titles, I feel like the accolades that came to him were just because of his name and not because of his accomplishments. Like, having 45 good issues under your belt does not make you a comics pro. You're not fucking Frank Miller. You're not Neil Gaiman. You're not Todd McFarlane. You're not fucking Stan Lee, which you fucking tout yourself to be. Go fuck yourself on that one, you piece of shit.
Wait, he does?
Oh, yeah.
He said that?
He has
He's compared himself to Stan Lee?
He has accoladed people for saying that he's the second coming of Stan Lee.
That's some BS. No way.
What drugs are those people taking?
They're taking the the Bendis cock. But
I don't want any of that.
Yeah, no, nobody does. But No, he hasn't come out and directly said it, but he hasn't just come out and said, there's no way you could ever compare me to that. He just kind of ran with it. But no, Bendis is a piece of shit.
So he's a twat.
Well, yeah. Oh, is that your second one, Ayrton?
That's my third one, actually.
Oh, okay, good. But no, I don't know. I've been reading comic books for 30 years, and you're never going to get the kind of notoriety you got when people like Stan and Jack were in charge. When Diamond Distribution took over as the mainline distribution of comic books, you couldn't even you can't even fucking compete anymore, because my local my local area, he is furiously typing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry about that.
What was happening there?
Straight up, Arcanus. I hate to say it, but Neil Gaiman is a great writer. He's not the best writer by any means, but Neil Gaiman is a great writer. His work with shit like American Gods and God, what else did he do? Neil Gaiman worked in the original Image launches. He did an issue of Spawn that sold really well. I mean, he created Angela and Medieval Spawn outside of McFarlane's creations. Like, is someone chewing on their mic? No, that was some typing. Matt Christie.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Avengers BC?
The Avengers BC, I actually love the concept of there being
Same.
Yeah, I love the concept. I'm just waiting for the implementation to either take off or, betray me. One or the other.
I like the concept, but it just I'm trying to make it make sense.
Well, the fact that there is an archetype kind of ties into the whole idea that the Celestials have planted seeds of superhumans on every world to protect them because there's a celestial egg. And that's why Galactus is attracted to certain worlds by himself and needs a herald to either steer him towards or away those worlds. Which, I'd actually be interested in reading a storyline where the celestial egg began to hatch, and that was a crisis in Marvel Comics. That would be a great storyline if they did it well. But if you want my honest to God opinion, I think they need to promote a writer and this is my fanboy showing, but they need to promote somebody like Jonathan Hickman into an executive position in Marvel and let him clean the fuck out. Because we need somebody who understands what it's like to write good comics for the fans by someone who loves comic books to do something about this current state.
Okay. See, the thing that gets me about the Avengers 1 million BC or whatever is that, it just feels like they just did a reskin. They're you know what, this looks cool, let's go with it. But they didn't put too much thought into it. They have the Phoenix, she's literally just Jean Grey. The same look and everything. And Odin is holding Mjolnir, but didn't he make Mjolnir for Thor?
In Norse
after
mythology,
Thor's birth?
Well, in Norse mythology, yes, but in Marvel continuity, Mjolnir actually predates Odin.
Really? Wow. Okay. Huh. And Starbrand for what's called is just it's just Hulk.
Yeah.
It's just Hulk.
But here's the thing, that kind of goes back to my original statement, is that nobody in Marvel executive, nobody in their editorial understands that they need to police this bullshit because they have to worry about selling to Diamond. So it's all about variant covers. It's all about relaunching series with number ones, making sure you can sell number twos, and so on and so forth. It's not about putting comic books in the hands of readers. It's about putting them on the shelves of retailers, and that's wrong.
I just want something good again, you know? I just want...
what is it? Read anything put out by... God, what's that publisher that I fucking love so much? Alterna Comics. Peter Simeti.
Oh.
You know, the
like, I remember...
shill.
It's been a while since we've done an Alterna shill.
Yeah. Peter Simeti is a comic book creator that runs, distributes, and offers buybacks. If you don't like his shit, you can send it back as a comic book, as a comic book store. He puts out all ages books. He puts out teenage books. He puts out mature books. He puts out anything that he deems good as a comic fan. He is a modern day Stan Lee, and I will stand by that classification until the day that I kill over. He is the closest thing to the second coming of Stan Lee.
If you're interested, Poe, DM me and I'll send you the links to the titles that I really enjoy.
Okay.
From Alterna.
Yeah.
Which I need to do an Alterna order in the next coming weeks.
He brought back newsprint to make comics affordable again. None of the Alterna titles are over $2.
Ah, yeah. Love
that is beautiful.
Yeah. He made comics affordable, readable, and enjoyable again.
Fun.
He also offers what they call a printing partnership, where if you're an independent creator and you want to contact him for newsprint comics, you can get affordable printing for your book and distribute it without it necessarily having the Alterna branding if he doesn't necessarily condone the story or whatever. But that's how Tales from Nerosville got printed. And, they offered a crowd fund for 3 comics for $11 shipped to your door. And delivered on it. So, I don't know where you fall in the Comicsgate, shit or whatever, but...
Well, I was within it until it all of a sudden started crumbling. I had no idea what caused the crumbling, and I still don't really.
Well, the way that I see it is that I still back the idea of Comicsgate, but I have no interest in what a grown man whining about another grown man has to say about anybody. I find myself falling on the side of Comicsgate and Ethan and War Campaign and all that shit more often than not, but that doesn't mean that I have to not back anything Doug TenNapel does, because I love Doug TenNapel as an artist. I love his storytelling. I love his artwork. I don't necessarily agree with his methodology. I don't agree with him trying to deplatform Cecil, and that's severely going to impact the idea of me backing his next project. But up to this point, I've got Bigfoot Bill. I've got Earthworm Jim Volume 1. Both of them are beautiful books. Both of them were delivered in a timely fashion. I don't give a shit whether he likes Ethan or not. I don't give a shit whether Ethan likes anybody or not by Cyberfrog. But this infighting, it definitely needs to stop if they want to continue to grow as a market, because all they're going to do is continue to lose money if they continue to just publicly display their aspirations against other creators. But that's just me. So, I don't know. Anyway, I've I think this is going pretty well. You and Denny got your first Who Cares and the Black Pill segments down. We'll have some title cards for you guys later. But I've really enjoyed it.
I like it.
Sorry about the laughter. I just read someone just retweeted a Babylon Bee article onto my timeline, and he was like, the caption is immediately buys plane ticket to America because he's one of my mutuals and he's gay, and It's like gay man miraculously turned straight by single bite of Chick-fil-A, and his caption immediately buys plane ticket to America.
I love that. Absolutely.
So what you're saying is Chick-fil-A cures the gay.
They will try.
Who needs to pray the gay away when you've got Chick-fil-A?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
Oh, we're tweeting that. That's fantastic. I love that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if Chick-fil-A could put testosterone into their chicken for the purpose of of turning gay men straight, they would try it. They would try it. They'd consider it. They'd market it as the opposite of Burger King's Impossible Whopper.
If I was a billionaire, I'd fucking finance it.
I just retweeted that tweet with the Novelbro quote there. So.
All right, no need to pay the gay away when you've got Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That was the best.
Top of the tongue as well. Top of the tongue, like it just came out.
Clint Eastwood just endorsed Mike Bloomberg, which is
gross.
I'm not sure what that's gonna do.
It's going to lead to a contested convention where
fuck with people.
It's going to lead to a contested convention where Bernie gets fucked again. That's what it's going to do.
Here's the thing: if Bernie loses, 95% of his followers are either gonna vote for Trump again, or not 95. Like a good chunk of his followers are gonna vote for Trump, and then the rest of them just aren't gonna vote at all. Like 5% of his followers will go to each and every other one of everybody else. Well, not Warren, definitely not Warren, because
but they'll all get to vote like 3 times.
You do realize that the convention is going to put out Buttigieg as their candidate. Like Pete Buttigieg is their guy. No, McCartney 2024. You're not even old enough to run for president yet, Ayrton.
That's true. I'm not.
Just imagine a young close.
You know what? Fuck it. Church 2024. I'll be old enough to run for president next cycle. I'm gonna run, and we're gonna keep comics and America great again.
Our first
as long as I get to be your vice president.
That's right.
Oh, after this VP would be fucking sick.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, we gotta get into this. We gotta get into this 300 review if we're gonna try and finish it by the end of things. But I will take a shot in honor of the black pill. You're welcome to hang out.
I think this might be like a volume 1 of like 2 shows. I think because there's a lot of ground to cover, really.
Oh,
I remember
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no, I was just thinking out loud. I remember my grandmother, like the other day, called Pete Buttigieg booty juice, and I was like, that kept me up for like about. Like she's a Nigerian woman, and she has a very thick Nigerian accent, so it just came out booty juice, and I was like, you know what? That's right. I'm correct. I let it go.
My favorite headline was Sanders in the lead with
Buttigieg
bringing up the rear or coming up the rear.
No,
or something like that.
Yeah, coming up the rear, and I was like, that's perfect. That is perfect.
I'm just gonna put this back on screen. Donate to Ayrton's lunch money fund because if his boss doesn't fire him after this stream, I mean, she's not paying attention.
You fired.
I say worse things at work on the phone to my boss.
Speaking of which, we have to bring up the new labels for the chat here. We've got the autistic lantern.
Oh, I gotta go. Sorry,
all right, buddy. Have a good one, man. We'll see you.
All right.
You too.
We'll see you next time. Thanks again.
Okay.
We have the autistic
I like that,
lantern
dude.
core.
I hope we get more Black Pill segments.
Oh yeah. But it seems that we have Ayrton here in his motorcycle helmet with his wrestling gear on. I can't tell if this is a front or a back shot. And I don't know if that is by if that's by design or not.
I ironically love
It's
it.
the new lantern core that we created at work.
Yeah, well, I feel like this just perfectly encapsulates the last hour of this show. Anyway,
you know, it's like all the other lantern cores. Depending on how strong that emotion is, that's how strong you are. So the more artistic you are as an autistic lantern, the more powerful you are.
That's right.
Look at those Crocs, though. They're fucking adorable.
Yes, with socks.
Crocs with long socks, yes.
On with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impeccable. Impeccable.
Alright. So
who's responsible for that one, though?
That's one of his employees.
Fair enough. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we don't want to dox him live on air.
If you want, I'll send you that picture, Novelbro. If you want, you want to keep it.
Sorry, guys, didn't mean to. In fact, I'll delete that. I'm sorry. I'll remove that from the OBS. All right. So I suppose we'll start off with Chapter 1, Honor for the 300, which is the actual process of the show. You know, we've had a couple of interruptions, but I enjoyed them. So
likewise.
Anyway, Chapter 1, Honor.
I saw the delay copy there. Oh, fuck.
So, Novelbro, you can just tell me if there's a specific page you want me to bring up, but I figured I would give you the floor and let you start here.
All right. For the honor chapter, there's a few notes I actually have put it in, in specifics, but it's all as it progresses, so it'd be as each page comes up. But as you can see,
well, we can do. I believe it's 8 pages per issue is what we're 5 pages per issue is what we can do. So,
nice.
Pick the important ones. I mean, I've got a few that I want to pull up.
All right. We can work off this already. Like I can tell from the first mistake that there are no. Yeah, I don't see any breastplates. As in the historically accurate. Bronze with the leather underneath, which served to actually give them a lot of protection from enemy spears. This is how if ever the formation was broken, it could easily recover each and every time down to the hardness of them. But with their chests bared, I can see the creative stuff coming in to create more of a vulnerability for these men to show that they actually are up against the elements here.
Right. Well, and the thing is, as you can see on page 12, I believe, I'll skip to that on the thing, and this isn't actual.
Bring that up on stream if you can.
This isn't actual nudity, but you can see that from the guys standing by the fire, they were wearing no clothes besides their cloaks in this comic. They didn't have a fucking loincloth on. Their dangly bits were just dangling.
Which is, I get the artisticness to it, but it's so stupid. They wouldn't actually do that. That was one of the first things I noticed, too, is why don't they have any sort of protection whatsoever besides a helmet?
Right. Here's the thing, right? Before the battle, the Spartans were actually basically embalming themselves in oil, water themselves, purifying themselves for death, basically.
Yeah.
A person,
oh,
you're far away again.
Get closer.
All right. Sorry. Here we go. Right. But
in essence, right, the Persians could see from far away with their scouts that these Spartans were like, bathing and putting scented oils over themselves and all this. They thought they were actually doing like, quite gay shit, And they even reported this to the Shah or
Well,
the Shah.
to be fair, they were Greek,
The
right?
god king, whatever. Yes, but as I said, these Spartans at this point were doing something entirely different altogether. These guys were basically preparing themselves for the final death battle. These guys knew that they were gonna die according to the reports, because these reports came in thick and fast from all over Greece at this point. But yeah, the main thing with this is they probably would have been naked at this point, because they probably would have just come out of that. But yeah, it seems a bit silly that they would just stay naked,
Yeah.
Well, at this point, they hadn't encountered. At this point, they hadn't encountered the enemy. So, historically, would the Spartans or the Greeks have anything to carry their gear, like pack horses or mules or anything like that?
Yes, helot serf. Well, for the Spartans anyway. Like, people say, they were slaves. They were slaves. Like, no, they had status. They were tied to each individual, Spartan's area of influence. But they would have to, come and help put his armor on, give him his shield, sharpen his sword, carry his gear. But yeah, basically, they were the Chad Crusader of the old days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, knights had a retainer, and they had a squire that would help them mount and armor themselves and all that shit, because the term pull yourself up by your bootstrap actually refers to the idea of pulling your own leg into the stirrup when you were like a green knight or someone who didn't have a squire or didn't have the status enough to have an entourage or anything like that. So you would pull your own bootstrap into the stirrup when mounting, because the only way to mount or unmount a horse in full plate is to, fuck around and armor yourself on the horse and then pull your leg up by your bootstrap because you couldn't bend your fucking knee.
This is true. Not unless you were of like a man-at-arms who was more likely covered in mail underneath a gambesson, but those were quite rare in terms of, like, as you were saying, fully armoured knights who would probably be in the vanguard, and theirs was, the proper terminology for pull yourself up by the bootstraps and stuff, And it's also another way, there's another term with that, it's called earning your spurs. So you could start off as a man-at-arms, but if you became a knight, you would get your customary spurs, which would have been golden. And if you earned those spurs, you had status.
Well, just to catch everybody up, the book starts up after the march start to take place. So the book starts up about 3/4 of the way into the movie. In the movie, there's a lot of build-up. You see things happen chronologically. In the book, you start off on the march north from Sparta to the coast of Greece, where the Spartans have already gathered their allies and they're marching towards their enemy. It denotes that this happens in 480 BC, and that 300 Spartans,
which is accurate.
300 Spartans had gone on a walkabout with their king. The personal guard of Leonidas were the only Spartans to take part in this walkabout, quote unquote, because they were not allowed religiously, not even legally, but religiously, which was their law. But they weren't allowed to go
nobody
to war.
Fucked with that.
Yeah.
Now, how accurate is that, Novelbro?
Particularly accurate, and the thing is, that made the E-Force seem evil in the movie and all that, but seriously, the E-Force were kind of like, the Oracle's telling us not to do it, so why the fuck are you still doing it, man?
Well, the thing is, in the books and the movie, it was shown that they had been paid off by the Persians. So I think that might be what he's questioning the accuracy of.
True. That's another thing that I'm questioning the accuracy of the payment from the Persians and stuff like that. Like,
Because
they didn't even get that deep into.
well, I can't imagine Spartan religious leaders even as now. And here's another thing: Leonidas in this volumes calls them inbred and all these other hateful names. Was that accurate?
Yep.
I mean, were they?
Uh,
And we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We'll talk about that.
No, but fire, I'm not to continue on because obviously we would need to cover this part of the E-Force because we're going to reach there eventually, you know?
Right, but the thing is they were malformed and inbred, and you know, I understand that happened a lot with royalty, even as recently as
especially
the 1900s.
the Brits.
Well, with all royalty, the bloodline had to be pure, right?
In essence, yeah, but it's only really in terms of purity is keeping it in Sparta, not within certain amounts of families. You know, as long as somebody is proven to be of good Spartan stock, because the Spartan women were really carefully selected then. Like really, like they had to be super fit. They had to be just as strong as the men. So they did gymnastics and all this. And like the women were basically as literally considered as, you know, as warrior-like as the men, because their wars were childbirth, which the Spartans was considered like a battle, a war of its own that women would have to fight. If they survived it, having a healthy child, then they won the war.
As it was quoted in the movie, only Spartan women give birth to real men.
And this is fucking true. This is fucking true. If there's any sort of race of Greeks that I can maybe sympathise with, it would be the Lacedaemonians, aka the Spartans. But only the Doric ones, not the ones that came before that went after Troy. But that's obviously an Aeneid Roman preference right there. So yeah, you could call that a bias. Everything okay?
Did we lose him? Oh, you cut out kind of sharply there for a second.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Okay, whereabouts did I cut out at?
It was like right at the end of your sentence.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
Probably because you're using the push to talk. But
yes, I have a habit of listening just a little too soon.
Feel sorry for your lady friends.
Like that, like no. Let's just stop that right there before we get a little ahead of ourselves before we start.
Now, I don't know what happened to church, but so.
Hey, well, everybody shut up! I have an erection. That's what happened to me. I took 5 Viagra before this stream. If my erection doesn't last 4.5 hours, I'm calling a doctor.
If it doesn't last, is that?
That's correct.
If it isn't sore, it's not worth it, man. It's a weak batch if your penis isn't actually. Oh, you fucker!
That's right. But in this particular scene, you're seeing Delio start to tell a story of Leonidas's growth to king. And from what I understand of Greek history, especially within Sparta, there was no particular quote-unquote king. It wasn't a birthright. It was the greatest warrior of the tribe that was elected as a leader.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing, right? Obviously, it being a sheer meritocracy of like picking the strongest and the best potential quote-unquote king, believe it or not, like that's not he wasn't a monarch. They were traditionally like dyads. It would be 2 guys, traditionally brothers, who would take up that role. If one had died, there would be none who would replace them until the other king had died. So Leonidas was originally one of two, but his older brother Cleon Brotus was a little foolhardy in war and died in battle. Something like about 20 years before this invasion ever took place.
Battle with who?
I believe it was with another Greek state of sorts, because, well, Spartans are known for, like, being at odds with the likes of the Greeks, the Thebans. Fucking gay Theban. Fucking pederasts, the fucking lot of them.
So,
like, oh, we have a potential prospect. Why didn't you go over there and shout?
Well,
anyhow, we'll just move on from there.
One
now,
thing.
Am I the only one?
Go ahead.
Am I the only one? The first time when I was reading this, I accidentally read Dilios as dildos.
Yes.
Simple mistake to make.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious.
Oh, fuck anything, he will.
Now, what I was going to ask is the whole child trial thing, is that accurate?
Yes, and it is for many multiple reasons. Most specifically, obviously, to see if they're able to... I've actually got a note on this. Well done, by the way. Right, let's see, where did I get to this? Hold on. Where are we? I'll get to this proper fucking thing. That legend, as he's talking about, a regular rite of passage. Kill, steal to survive, live on the edge of existence itself and thrive in it. Because that's what is needed to become a soldier. But also there is a little tradition in Sparta to control the population of helots. And it is known as... you have to join an order, you have to be tested in order to be able to join this order, and if you don't pass, you're not considered much of a Spartan. Yeah, these people are brutal, even on the good ones. But
right.
It's known as the Order of the Cryptea, and they basically have to turn into solid snake for a night and kill as many fucking helots as they can, but they have to do it solo.
Okay.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because, as anybody that's seen the movie knows, is that any deformed child, any child with a birth defect or anything of that nature was discarded.
Ah, yes, the good old selection.
So it makes sense that it would fall through that the whole trial as a child would have been true. So that's one of the stories that Dilios tells to the soldiers to basically put them to rest, to let them know that, we are under the charge of a great warrior.
Oh, aye, like the eternal Chad of fucking Greek warriors at the time. He wasn't no old, like I said, he wasn't old Mycenaean Lacedaemonian. He was Doric Lacedaemonian. He was a steel Spartan. He was something fucking unreal. His brother, who was meant to be larger and stronger than him, if he had been smarter, would have been Leonidas times 2. But as we know, foolhardy and just a little bit dumb. But speaking of selection, we're going to come back to the Ephors matter, because you know how it was said that they were all deformed and all thingy. Like, no, these Ephors were Spartans. These Ephors would have looked like fucking Chads. They would have been muscular fucking priests going like, mate, are you trying to disorder the cardia? Fuck are you doing, like? Oh, mate, you're gonna... Oh, mate, how am I supposed to bring this back to the Oracle at Delphi? Do you even realise how psychotic she is? Do you realise how psychotic little girls can actually get when they think they can see the fucking future?
I have 2 daughters, so yes.
And, my headcanon for all Spartans now is they all have a Scottish accent.
Just like Gerard Butler.
That's correct.
How accurate is that, by the way? That scene, the kicking down the well of the messenger.
You didn't come into Greece and threaten Greece.
With the messenger, but there was no. Yeah, he just basically did his best to just absolutely kick him up and down the place and kicking him out of the city. But they would all be kicking him and throwing stuff at him. All. Just imagine Cersei's fucking shame, shame, shame. But instead of shame, it would be, you're all going to die. All you little messengers are going to get your throats slit at by the time you get outside the city, and which can currently happen. But it was like all the locals, no soldiers touched them. It was just the masses ended up just jumping on the messengers. And obviously that kind of got back. That kind of got back to the Persians.
Yeah, the king never would have been bothered to even approach these people in those times.
Exactly, just kicking them out of the palace complex, you know, out the non-existent doors. Yeah, they didn't really believe in doors in Sparta. Obviously, oh, these are our walls. Like, this arch is my door. You know, like this fucking strange people. But they really did fancy themselves as hard arses.
Okay.
But anyway, this is a really iconic scene from the movie, the kicking down of the well. From what I understand,
yeah, there is something symbolic about it.
The Romans had this kind of infrastructure, but they would have never tainted their water supply with the Persian courts.
Exactly, because Romans built aqueducts. Excuse my Romophilia.
Well, we're talking about the Greeks, not the Romans.
Yes, of course. I'm just that Romophilia is just like leaking in there. Sorry, lad.
But well, I mean, everything Rome had, they stole from the Greeks, including their gods. Let's just be fair.
True. They had like the shit gods. They had Jeff, the god of biscuits.
Except the Romans did create Sol Invictus, the sun god of victory. Basically, it was basically some sort of child of Apollo and Athena. But obviously, that would be Minerva and Sol. So it would be the sun Sol Invictus, and that he came during, I think that was the Flavian and the Severan dynasties.
Okay.
One thing that I noticed.
But anyway, back onto the matter of the Greeks.
One thing I noticed reading through this book: the Spartans didn't pray a single time. So the idea of their gods watching over them and all that good shit, none of them showed any religious insight whatsoever, except for Leonidas approaching the priest for, you know, an ability, like, you know, the good graces to go to war.
Now, what I'm curious about, because timelines for me get a little dicey when you go to like BCE. Now, where, like in the classical Greek philosophers, where did this battle line up?
In terms of philosophy, it's completely different in terms of schools of thought. The closest that I think the Spartans would get to it would probably be Stoicism. But obviously, with Greek philosophy, obviously you've got your Platonism and stuff like that. But the term laconic is to be, you know, short with your words. Speak what you mean and don't over embellish it. You know.
And that would have kind of
Athenians.
That would have kind of gone against the whole Leonidas being a sarcastic asshole throughout this entire book and the movie. Like, Leonidas would have never displayed any form of sarcasm in any of this. He would have literally said what he meant. Tonight we dine in hell might have actually been uttered, but he never would have said any of the shit that was actually dialogue back and forth between him and Xerxes.
I was just more curious if we were like post or pre like Aristotle.
This is pre-Aristotle because
Aristotle was AC, right?
Yeah. Well, Aristotle. No. Aristotle was BC. Aristotle was Alexander the Great tutor.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, my timelines get kind of mixed up in there, like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, the Stoics. They all get kind of jumbled around in my head.
Yeah,
Plato
what
has
doesn't
nothing
help
to do
is
with
the
this.
fact that. Yeah. Plato is maybe about 100, 200 years, because he would come around at the time, like Plato actually learned from Socrates, and Socrates fought in the Peloponnesian War. It was Socrates that saved Alcibiades' life and stuff like that. So, yeah, Plato came from exactly around that time period, because it was Plato that fucked them and gave them the Judas treatment. That's why I'm Socratean and not Platonic.
Oh, that's why I'm Aristotelian, not Platonic.
Yeah, be Socratean.
I don't know. Aristotle, he was the original, real nigga.
Here's a little line from Socrates himself that Plato often would like to put out whenever he was talking about him. For what a shame it is for a man to grow old and weary and never having known the beauty and strength of which his body is capable.
Well, from the
but we can both agree that Plato was kind of a knob at least, right?
Absolute fucking wankstein.
Well, issue 2, duty, actually leads into the climb of Leonidas to get an idea whether or not he can go to war. And he keeps making reference to the fact that, what do they call them? What was it? The F-Force priest. And he refers to them as worthless, diseased, rotten swine. Mainly because they're all depicted as deformed, inbred, those that should have been discarded from Spartan tradition.
They wouldn't be alive. Yeah, basically.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, if they were discarded, they'd be chucked from a big old height. Nothing would survive that. Not even this depiction of Ephialtes.
Which I assume wasn't on top of a sheer cliff like that.
No, that might have been true.
Yes, it was.
Now, 4. Okay, good. I'll pour another shot here in a second.
All right.
Now, let me ask you this. Even though they were holy bloodline, they would have been discarded if they were deformed?
Oh, 100%. 100%. They'd be fucking dead, mate.
And what about the idea of them siding, which happens in a couple of pages? You see that they sided with the Persians and decided to not allow war during the Carnea festival because of Persian influence. What was the likelihood of that actually being a thing? Do you think the entire Holy Council could have been bought off at that time?
Impossible, because they were basically thralls to the Oracle of Delphi, and the Oracle of Delphi, she take anybody's gold and tell them whatever fucking she pleased, So she wasn't subject to loyalty or the rules of anything that would bind her to that. And if they were loyal to something that is that exempt from, influence, then yeah, there's absolutely no fucking way this would have happened. Like I said, they'd be like, yeah, whoa, did you want to piss off that wee psycho Oracle? Do you realise that she's a fucking demon, mate? Like, no, I am not tempted that.
Well, the way the Oracle is depicted in the book and the movie is that she is basically enslaved to these deformed men who sexually abuse her and all that good shit. So that's also inaccurate.
Yeah, very inaccurate. She imagine, like, have you ever heard of the Vestal Virgins? Like, and how they were supposed to be dressed and stuff like that. There was a lot of inspiration for that for like the Mother Mary type, and
Right.
that was basically if she lost her virginity, she would lose her magic basically. If she was tainted, her magic was tainted. It would be useless. And so the Oracle of Delphi
dropping out a little bit.
You're getting far
Oh,
away
yeah.
there, buddy.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, basically the Oracle of Delphi had a lot of control over the Spartan ephors because said, well, whilst Delphi isn't in Arcadia or Lacedaemona, it is like quite close. It's on the way up, towards, like, as if you're heading towards Athens and stuff. It's on the way out, and that same Oracle held influence over Athens as well, and a few other Greek cities in the nearby area.
Okay.
So the idea of the Spartan king having to, kowtow to these people is true, but the depiction of these people and their, so to speak, ideals are completely bullshit.
You are 100% correct on every facet. Yeah, I couldn't agree any more to that, because there's a lot there that we don't know, and a lot that they haven't bothered to include in the histories, or as you do. But yeah, as far as the way you're saying it, I think that would be the most accurate way to put it. Because these E4s, they would have decided, like, from a singular point, an E4 would have decided to become an E4, like, as if, like you had some sort of, like coming to Jesus moment, like you were reborn, you were born again Christian, you were born again E4 of Ares, because Ares was their fucking patron god, if he felt like he wanted to be closer to Ares, then there was only one way to go about that, and he would undergo training to become an E4, and then from there, he would then report and then become, basically enthralled to the Oracle of Delphi, who each one was basically like a little girl, and if they grew to a certain age, then that means that their magic would start waning, and eventually E4s would feel confident enough to say, yeah, you've done your time, you can leave now. And there has been historical power struggles in the past that have had wee struggles. It's kind of like a Roman emperor, like, constantly getting murdered by the fucking
I'll be right back,
guard.
guys. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like being deposed by the E4s is a lot like the Caesar getting deposed by the Praetorian Guard, because the E4s were often, in times of fucking crazy duress, if they had to fight for survival, they would be the ones that would be in charge of, keeping the Oracle safe. And that would be amongst their demands for that as well.
So they would also be fighters.
Okay.
They would also be fighters as well as religious influencers.
Yeah. Well, to an extent,
Yep. You're far away. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they were quite. Sorry, I think I found out where my spot on the tablet is. I can see where the little mic hole is. But yeah, E4s, they'd given up their hot plunge shields, but yeah, they'd still be big, strong. You'd still see shadows of their former self still there, and they'd probably still be able to hurt you. If you were just like some sort of like a brigand or something, or like some sort of robber, or like, if you ran in with your boys into the E4s would be probably stabbing you with their ceremonial blades.
Yeah, you didn't fuck with the Oracle, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%.
So
okay.
Yeah, and nor were they black either. Oracles weren't black. They were not. They weren't.
I was
no.
waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Like fuck no. Like I can see that she's just about to attempt to fucking weave, man. Like holy shit.
Well, now let's just be completely fair here. In Italy, in Greece, and all these countries, there were indentured servants. There were migrants from Africa. There were other races and all of these other things. Are you saying that the Spartans wouldn't accept someone who was of African descent, or that they
No.
that didn't happen back before a certain time period that doesn't cover?
Precisely. If the closest you would get to a black guy in an imperial service, you'd have to go to
That would have been a
Egypt
muli, right?
or Babylon.
That would have been an Italian muli.
Basically.
Which was go ahead.
When did the Moor invasion of Italy, or I guess the whole Mediterranean, happen? That would have been.
All right, that's AD.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, there wouldn't have been a huge African population in the Mediterranean area at this point.
Now,
yeah, there probably would have been none, because see, the people that were occupying the north of Africa there, they would have been been like Phoenicia. They would have been olive skinned, a bit like the Berbers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have.
They would have looked like the American.
And the Moors weren't black. The Moors were fucking like they look like Arabs, man.
So what you're saying is that the average Sicilian and Italian and Spartan and all that shit, they look like the American native Indian.
Nah, they probably look like your like the. I don't want to say it, but fuck it. Like some of them would look like a Greek Johnny Bravo, and the other ones would look like some sort of Italian American dude.
Well, the joke is because I'm Irish, Scottish, and Native American with a little German in me. I look Italian, like I'm hairy and olive complected.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey.
But I have the gift of being able to smoke like a chimney and drink like a freight train. So.
Good man. At least you got the good shit in your genetics there.
I just take advantage of what I got.
When you don't quite have, you don't quite have an Italian like facial structure though.
Well, you can't tell because of the beard. You don't know.
Well, that's fair. I'm going off the nose and the cheekbones.
Oh, that's the black in me. You just haven't seen my penis yet.
What's his name?
Tyrone.
Oh, okay.
So.
Holy fuck! I was gonna crack a joke, but I just thought I'd leave it at that because I don't want to get this.
Oh no! Go ahead. If you get us banned, I don't have to take credit for it. Now, I do want to bring up this particular page, and we're still in issue 2. This is the page that's almost like scene for scene from the movie, where the Athenians approach Leonidas, and they're like, "I thought you would match us man for man," and he's like, "I did." And he's like, "No, you didn't. What do you mean?" And Leonidas calls him out. He's just like, "Hey, what's your profession?" And old boy's like, "Well, I'm a potter." "And you?" "Well, I'm a sculptor." "And you?" "I'm a blacksmith." "You?" "A baker." "Spartans, what is your profession?" And they all lift their spears and go, "Aroo!" So,
well,
is that
mostly true?
Okay, all right. What's the inaccuracy there?
Mostly true, because a lot of the Greeks at the time did have other professions to prop up and keep their states alive and keep like some form of growth on the go.
Right.
Unlike Sparta, the rest of Greek replied.
To be fair, this is depicted to be Leonidas' personal 300 guard.
Yeah, that's all. That is all 100% true.
So, I mean,
But,
it would be true that their
there's
profession is
obviously-
literally their spear.
Oh, absolutely. Like, from the moment they could literally hold one, even if they had a little tiny version of one for a kid, they'd still be, chucking it at their pal like, ah! But yeah, absolutely, however, there was some warriors among them, like some, especially Thebans and Thespians. I know I don't like the Thebans, but they were very effective in formation. But the Black Guard of Thespia, they wore black. They had these big black round hoplon shields with these black helmets and stuff. In fact, hold on a second. I'm going to try and bring. I'll put this in the
Put it in
show
show suggestion,
chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, you do the best punditry stuff that you normally do, and I'll just get on with this. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem.
I feel like we're just gonna breeze through the story and just keep asking you questions because I feel like most people are pretty familiar with the modern
honestly,
day, like, pop culture version of this
Totally
story.
fine
well,
with that.
honestly,
Totally fine with that,
the movie itself, I mean, it does a decent job of telling the story. Like, if you literally just remove
Besides the
any
CGI.
well, if you literally just remove any of the after the march story, like any of the story of Leonidas's wife being sexually assaulted, like she would have just cut the guy's dick off for trying to rape her. Like that's just what would have happened. She would have never offered her body to anybody in the quote unquote Senate. She would have just murdered them and taken their place. Because the Greeks didn't have,
Because this is Sparta.
well, in my understanding, the Greeks didn't have any kind of social structure other than kind of like you understand from I don't know what's the Riddick, the Riddick timeline of you keep what you kill.
Yeah.
You see this earlier on in issue 1, and we kind of glossed over it, and that actually didn't happen in the movie. But one of his soldiers, Stelios, got
There we go.
Stelios got dizzy and disoriented in the middle of his march, and his captain started kicking the shit out of him. And when Leonidas ordered that was enough, he didn't hear him or didn't listen. And Leonidas just decked him and knocked him the fuck out and made Stelios, who he was now calling Stumblios, carry him on his back. I feel that's 100% accurate, but
yeah, man, that actually probably would have happened because rumored was Leonidas did not like being ignored. Even if it wasn't on purpose, he did not want that image to. It was supposed to be like they would hang on your every word, and that's how it was. And Leonidas would not have taken at least a single half second of it.
Right.
Now, so I'm looking at this picture that you posted, Novelbro.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Which what?
So, the picture of the thespian, the black thespian. So, how accurate is this actually? I feel like the helmet and the shield design and the lack of protection on the feet is just artistic interpretation on it.
No, you did not wear anything covering your feet post or before. What was it? 1200 AD.
That's pretty much true. The Spartans would eventually would buck the others' treads, and they would eventually give in to sandals. But until then, most warriors did prefer to fight on barefoot because they felt they had more traction and control, especially in formation when their feet weren't taken into push and stuff. Slippy sandals would have been fucking useless.
Okay, yeah. But what about I guess the shield and the helmet are really my biggest complaint.
Well, that's the commander's shield.
Those giant cutouts in the shield.
That's a commander's shield.
But it's still that cutout seems.
That's meant to link. That's meant to link with other shields. If you look at the back, there's a second cutout, and they link together in a phalanx formation.
And the helmet, that's just to That's just to denote rank. That's just to tell you that's who was in charge of the formation.
Typically, the feathering
was
was turned sideways to distract opponents and give them a target that wasn't your face.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just the height of it. I knew they actually did like the feathering on it.
No, the height of it is pretty accurate for a general. Like
and there was also another use for the shield as well. See those little edge bits. Yeah, they often doubled up as like if you were to use your shield as a weapon to rattle somebody in the face with it, they would use that little bit, like boom, try to get you into the helmet. You know, like the wee gaps in the helmet. Just push it in there. Just keep on pushing on it.
Night Darb, good to see you.
I know, it just seems like that gap is bigger than what it should be.
It
you
may
could have
be
it smaller and more protective.
The rings,
what
the
they're
rings
showing here.
Well, the rings overlaying that gap is it's a disarming mechanism. You see, he's holding a sword and not a spear. In hand-to-hand combat, that type of shield would be easier to use to disarm an opponent because you can lock their arm up and break their wrist, make them lose their weapon. It also interlocks with the
sword,
back
though.
opening.
I will give props to the sword.
Well, no, the sword and the shield are both accurate as far as my research says.
Yeah, even the shinies and the knee guards, they're quite accurate.
But the reason
that sword is beautiful. The coppice is amazing. See the guard on the hilt. It comes around like at a slight edge, and it's beautiful. It is honestly a glorious.
And the shape of that sword in particular would give you greater cutting and thrusting penetration, power on it.
Again, I just kind of want to go back to the shield. Again, keep in mind there's a gap on the back of the shield as well, and with the Greek phalanx formation that they mention in the movie and the book, the phalanx formation was just completely and utterly the domination aspect of any Greek army. And they showed in the movie that it was an overlapping formation, and that wasn't quite true. Like, you had to interlock to make a phalanx actually impenetrable, because, again, occasionally a spear would take out your ally, but if that shield was interlocked with the man on your left and the man on your right, then your shield would stay in place even if your body fell. And that was kind of crucial to the design of the phalanx.
Meant the guy behind them could easily jump over him and take up that shield and just give that one to the guy behind them as they drop.
Right.
You
could let go of your
a cheap manipulation.
Yeah, you could let go of your shield in a phalanx formation and move up a rank if the man in front of you died. Like, you would literally step over your brother and say a prayer for him. But
exactly. And even if he was still alive and in pain, the guys behind him, would just pick him up, like, come on, up to the back, we'll get you back to the
just duck down, cover your wound. Duck down, cover your wound. We're gonna step on you a couple times, but you get what you fucking deserve. You get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, the artistic rendering in the front gap specifically just seemed abnormally big to me than
usually it was about the same as on the back
for those applications.
But for a general, you would have a larger gap again because you could stick your sword or your spear through that front opening.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be that big for a sword or a spear.
But
that was especially at the front and center of the formation.
Yeah, that was a frontman kind of shield. Like, everybody's shield didn't necessarily have to have that, but everybody's shield didn't have a decoration either. This was a high-ranking officer.
Oh, those Hoplon mods.
But anyway, we have reached our limit for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 12:05. We could continue going, but Instead,
Why not?
We will pick up with issue 3 tomorrow after our 52 review. You good with that, Novelbro?
Yeah. Either way, we can figure something out. I'm down with whatever.
Well, I figure we'll keep going tomorrow evening because I am good and liquored up, and we have only made it through 2 issues. But we we had a good time with Denny and SJW, Spidey, and Poe. So I didn't want to disrupt that.
Yeah, we'll breeze through 52 in like 20 minutes and then finish out the show with hopefully the rest of 300.
But
easy done. Either way, this show was packed with features, that's for sure.
It was. But in any event, I definitely want to thank Novelbro and Ayrton for coming on. We'll do 300 part 2 and 52. What is it? Week 9 coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, week 9.
So we'll handle that tomorrow. I don't know why Chris Benoit and a furry. Oh, Molin Labe.
What?
Molin Labe
Wait, what?
means come and get them, right?
So it's
Molin Labe.
Yeah, Molin Labe, come and take, yeah.
Yeah, come and take it. All right. I'll pull that up. But actually, before we get off here, I do have one other link to bring up, and hopefully you guys will stick with me for that. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up in the OBS here. No cringe. No cringe.
Okay.
Let's see here. Browser.
I don't know if I trust you.
I will say this, I was quite well behaved about the Greco.
You were. I appreciate it.
I'm surprised. I was expecting more out of you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I still kind of broke with the Thebans, though. I still broke with it.
You did.
Just keep talking about the Catsies, and you'll make up for it.
And we didn't even touch on Leonidas calling the Athens boy lovers.
Well, I mean they kind of were.
that was the first thing he messaged me after he got the book.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you got a fucking cheek to talk, Leonidas. Your fucking ancestors love the fucking pederasty.
Well, what I have up here is Atomic Denny commissions open. Hey everyone, for a limited time, I'm opening commissions up with a special sale. $60 or less for any commission. I've already promised him $100 for a commission of you and Ayrton. So look forward to that.
Which I'll get you the.
No, that's a different commission.
Tonight or tomorrow.
No, his commission. He's already got the idea for it. I've already contacted another artist for that commission. I'm gonna go to LA-based comedian friend Dick's Road Rage LA 2 Maddox Funeral featuring the Ralph retort. So any profits, which he misspelled any, he just said ant. Any profits will help fund my trip. Please retweet. Like I said, I have already donated already promised $100 to this from Ayrton and I. Anybody who is interested in getting some artwork, whether for a profile picture or something they can frame up or a background image or whatever, Atomic Denny did our backdrop of the comic book. He has done some other work for the show,
which I have a banner of here, which I love, and it's fantastic. I need to get a frame for it so I can hang it up properly.
He also did the Killstream trio of Gator, Ralph, and Zidane. As you see here, he did the Dick Masterson backdrop with all the Wild Turkey bottles, Maddox's head, Maddox's balls in a glass case, 5 women surrounding Dick Masterson, all of which are beautiful. He has a great halftone coloring style. He did Vader choking out Kylo Ren. Did you see here? And he did a Dick Show Dragon Ball Z thumbnail. where Dick and Sean were both going. We're both going Super Saiyan.
Beautiful.
Like I said,
Yeah.
his artwork
Denny's
is
got a
beyond
good
the pale.
style.
Yeah, his artwork is beyond the pale.
Worth way more than he's asking for.
Absolutely.
I'll be nice to him and say that.
Oh, he's robbing himself blind, essentially.
So
yeah, basically.
Like I said, go ahead and if you're not already following Atomic Denny on Twitter, it's at Atomic Denny. And if you need any artwork at all, please patron my dude here. So I'll say that as the closing there, and we will see you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Let's do one thing real quick. Wilder v. Fury 2 results.
Oh!
Hold on! Don't spoil it! Don't spoil it! Don't spoil it!
I'm not spoiling it. I'm just like, oh fuck! I'm just waiting. The suspense is killing.
So
suspense is killing me because I didn't even watch one bit of that fucking stream.
Oh wait, it didn't start till 12 Eastern. What? Oh shit! The fight's still going on. Hold on. Hold on.
It's almost like we knew what we were doing and we planned this show out.
No, absolutely we didn't. Absolutely we didn't. Hold on. I gotta mute this. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What just happened?
Uh-oh.
No, there's a ring full of people.
On your butts, folks.
The fight hasn't even started yet. The champion, Deontay Wilder, 42-0-1, 41 knockouts of his 42 victories, 230 pounds, has just entered the ring. He's getting his Vaseline rubbed on his head because Fury's going to beat the living fuck out of him.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to need all the slippies.
Oh man, you got it pulled up, Novelbro?
Oh god.
Same link as before.
Handle that gypsy.
It's the same paid for link as before. You know, we bought this fight 100% legitimately.
Oh yeah.
Do you need a link, Ayrton?
Well,
of course.
I do.
Okay, I was gonna give you the opportunity to duck out, but you know, I'll pull it up for you here.
Well, I mean, I haven't said the closing line yet, so.
You haven't, and you know I can't sleep until you do. But
neither can I.
Tyson Fury, 29-0-1, 20 knockouts of his 29 victories, both undefeated heavyweight boxers, and they're getting ready to face off on their rematch. Holy shit!
That's right.
That's right.
Aw, shit.
That's right.
I don't mean to take anything away from the Sunset, but by the way, check out the Ralph Retort and Bibble on the Saturday Sunset. They're doing better coverage of this than we are. But
oh yeah,
I was interested in seeing this fight. I'm glad I got an opportunity to watch it. I figure I'll just keep streaming while we do it. It's one of the reasons we wanted to cover 300 tonight, but
yeah, it's all like war tonight, man.
Look at these two big motherfuckers.
I don't have good enough connection for that to. I don't have good enough connection for that to actually come up.
Oh man, Fury looks like a goddamn potato had sex with a thumb.
Good night,
yeah, go ahead.
Can I say good night, everybody? Because I'm in the beginning stages of pissing myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, run, right. Run!
Me and Novelbro will cover this. Have a good one, buddy.
All right, I'll just come back.
Yeah, pop back in after you piss. That's good. I'm gonna unplug my power and go smoke a cigarette. But
yeah, man, easy, done.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's all about all-out wars tonight.
Yeah, no shit. And here they go. Here they go.
Yeah, man.
Wilder trying to connect. Fury deflecting his hands. Going for a jab, not connecting. Just feeling out Wilder. Going for another one. Wilder pops it away. Wilder reaches for the gut, doesn't get it. Couple of quick pops to the face, doesn't connect. Coming up. They're dancing around right now. Wilder's looking for that quick knockout. He's not going to get it with this big motherfucker. Oh! Fury coming in for a face shot real quick. Now Wilder pops him one in the jaw. Doesn't get anything done. 1-2 combo by Wilder. I mean, he's doing more. He's got more connections going. This is a 12-round fight, and I expect them to stand up for the whole fucking thing. And honestly, my money's on this gypsy motherfucker. This pikey son of a bitch.
I'm just not so sure. He should have changed coach, man. I think he was all right with Ben Davison.
Nah, he went down to Crunk Jim. Like, he put his money where his fucking mouth was. He got knocked down twice, or he would have fucking won that last fight. Look at Wilder closing up on him. Getting scared. Ducking back. Like, he knows that these fucking hands are coming for his ass. Look how light these gloves are. These are the smallest fucking boxing gloves I've ever seen. They look like goddamn kid gloves.
I hate you guys. I'm going to have to pour another beer.
Crack it on air.
All right.
There you go.
That's how it's
Get
done.
it out of the fridge first.
Yeah, I'll have another shot. Like, this is after hours. I might cut this from the actual stream, but
gotta love the sound of that nitro ball activating.
what's your prediction, Novelbro, before this fight goes anywhere? I mean, I got Fury. I'm giving it 100% Fury.
I have a prediction. Yeah, I don't have a prediction, but I can tell you who I want to win, and it's definitely Fury. Because Fury doesn't duck fights.
Well, Wilder's got 41 knockouts. Like, he's got a higher knockout percentage than Wilder. Wilder has a higher knockout percentage than Fury. He is, quote unquote, the better fighter, quote unquote. But, you know, both of these guys are undefeated. Both of them are fucking monsters. And neither one of them have clinched. And Fury already kind of put his hand up like Pete Buttigieg on the last campaign, thinking that he might have won. I honestly think that Fury connected more often than Wilder in that particular round. Like, yeah, Wilder rocked him one good time and backed him up a couple of times, but Fury put his hands where they mattered. And the fact that Tyson Fury can stand up to that knockout punch by Wilder, that's the fucking big money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Wilder,
he's got a chin of a gypsy, man. It'll take a lot more than that to knock him.
Well, the fact that Wilder's got that fucking 1-2 combo just down to the point where he can knock somebody out in 8 seconds. I mean, even in McGregor's last fight, it was a 40-second fight.
Yeah, thereabouts. Poor fucking Sorori, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking UFC Auckland tonight, man. Dan the Hangman Hooker up against Paul the Irish Dragon Phil.
Wilder's scared, man. He don't want to get close.
Are we still live, or did you cut straight?
No, we're live. We're live.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
I hate to be biting on the sunset. I don't expect to steal their audience or anything. Nobody's here for fight coverage, but this is the Deontay Wilder Fury fight. I've got money on this, so I'm watching it. I 100% paid for this. I 100% did not go to a pirate website called crackstreams.com, CRACK. Use this degenerate bullshit. I don't condone anybody's.
Why'd you make me wear an eye patch?
Just because we're on the boat, pirates and whatnot. But we don't pirate. Okay. We don't pirate fights or anything. Okay. We pay full price for our scared to get close enough to Fury to get hit. Because he's just staying real close to the ropes.
He's dodging like a motherfucker.
Yeah, like every time Fury acts like he's going to get close, Wilder just kind of gets close to the ropes. That was a nice connection by Fury. They're about to clinch up. That's the first time they've clinched in 2 rounds. The ref is separating them right now. Here we go again. Here we go again.
I'm a couple seconds behind you guys.
That clinch will be purely for body shots. They just
nice left by Wilder right there, right in the Fury's face. And there goes the return left by Fury. Up, backing up. Fury's still staying real close to the ropes. He feels really scared of Wilder. Every time Wilder starts to get close, Fury backs up a little bit more. I don't know if that's gonna. Again, there's another clinch. I didn't expect there to be any clinching in this fight. There wasn't a whole lot in the last one. The ref has gotten involved twice now in this round. That's disappointing. 10 seconds left in the round. We're going to go to time again.
They're both heavier than they were last time.
Actually, Fury's a little lighter.
Yeah.
Fury's just a little bit lighter than he was last time. He was over 300 last fight. He's down to 290 and some change. If I'm not mistaken, I could be completely wrong on that, but correct me if I am. But I think that Fury was a little over 300 in their last fight. Was he not?
I think roughly thereabouts, because you got to remember there's a lot of height there.
I want to get a ring guy just to pour beer in my mouth.
Fuck it out.
Look, I can only come out to Detroit one time a year, okay?
All right, fair enough.
Looks like Wilder might have got opened up a little bit in that last round. Is he bleeding? All right, here we go. Round 3. And they're off.
Giant.
Well, they're both over 6'9". Or actually, they're both over 6'8". I don't know. I know Wilder's 6'9" or better.
Wilder's a tall lad. Like, see, things have changed.
That's
in
a
the
huge
heavyweight
fucking
division
potato
over the last 10, 30 years.
That's a huge fucking potato.
Big old tie. Big old tie. Potato.
I don't know why they got the fucking Union Jack on his card. That motherfucker needs the bars. He's Irish as shit.
True, but he's got a lot of the Mancunian in him as well.
Oh.
That's like North England, but
a little bit of color to Fury's eye.
Ooh.
He's starting to dodge a little bit. Again, a clinch from Fury. I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with this clinching. Like, why do they keep getting so close? Ooh! Nice by Fury. Overhand. Haymaker. Fury obviously has the reach. Body shot by Wilder in the clinch.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how Wilder would use those clinches. That's definitely how Wilder would use those clinches. Just get right in the body, get mashing up those ribs.
Close to the ropes. Fury's on the offensive. Wilder started to clinch this time. Went in. They're letting the ref break it up. A minute left in the round.
He wants those kidneys. He wants those kidneys.
Wilder putting fist after fist in that fucking side. Or Fury, excuse me. Sorry. Somebody help do the play-by-play. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna end up taking another shot. Oh, knockdown by Fury! Knockdown!
Gonna have to be you, Novelbro.
That's 2 points.
The stream is being a dick.
The paid-for stream, the completely legal paid-for stream, is being a pain in the ass for Ayrton.
It is definitely not donations. There it goes.
It is definitely not a stream from crackstreams.com. Fury is trying to do some MMA bullshit and can't get it off. He is getting fucking reprimanded by the referee right now. Wilder has gotten reprimanded by the referee after he got knocked down by Fury, which I did not expect. I expected Fury to take the first knockdown because Wilder has just historically the strongest fist in the game right now, the heavyweight, right?
Yeah, with that old
I mean, I have to go. I don't follow this shit, but I have to go with Wilder just, because America, fuck yeah.
Nah, man. Look at that potato thumb motherfucker. Like, he shaved his beard for this fight. That's how serious it is.
Damn right. Yeah, even his dad shaved for this fucking fight.
He lost 20 pounds to fight. Look at that. He put Wilder on the fucking ground. And then put his hands up and danced for a minute.
Crazy.
Look, that's 2. We can't have 2 in a show, Eric. Apologize. All right, here we are. Round 4.
Yeah, boy.
Round 4, starting it out.
Get some fucking...
Oh, both of them. Both of them going for some cheap shots in the clinch. I feel like Fury's ahead on points, but he's getting reprimanded by the referee. Well, now Wilder is too. All right, go at it, boys.
Wait a minute, results are in for Dan Hooker and Paul Felder. Give us the...
Hold on. All right, again, the clinch fest. This is bullshit. Fight, you sons of bitches. Oh, Wilder's dodging. Oh, a 1-2 by fucking Fury. Come on. Put him back down. Oh, Fury's down. Or fucking Wilder's down again. Fury done put him down twice. That's the exact same thing that happened to Fury the last fight.
You see that smirk on Fury's face?
Fuck yeah, I did. Yeah. That's some Conor McGregor shit. This is Conor McGregor's big little brother in the ring right now.
That's the potato coming out.
What's the over-under that he had at least 3 shots before he started this fight?
Motherfucker, he had 3 shots before he showed up to the arena. He finished the bottle before the fight started. And Wilder's coming in for the long shots, trying to take away that. Oh, Wilder got him in a headlock. No, that's not acceptable. Let him go, let him go, Fury. Let him go. I keep fucking up their names.
That's because you don't see color.
I don't. I'm an equal opportunity boxer. I'll chest box Novelbro if it comes down to it. But me and Novelbro like, oh!
Yeah.
Did you see that 1-2?
Ooh, that was nice. When we
yeah,
do our Comic-Con event where we get a table and we stream live afterwards during the after party in the hotel. You and Novelbro can box and I'll stream it.
We can chest box.
Oh my! Yeah, boy.
I mean, we're in different weight classes. I'm not even gonna fuck with you. Like, I've got the weight on you.
Oh yeah, you have at least 60 pounds on him.
I've got at least 100 pounds on Novelbro. Don't fuck with me. I think you can hear the fat in my voice.
Well, again, I'm also the only person
No, Novelbro's seen what I look like.
Has actually.
Novelbro's seen what I look like. Yeah.
Seen what you look like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
I know you're pretty protective over your docs. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of blood in there upstairs, but that's definitely.
Oh, Wilder got one in the back of the head. That is not okay. That's a point deduction.
I don't know. I got a bit of that Guinness muscle going.
Actually, that comes on a warning system. Actually, for the back of the head.
Play the clip, Novelbro. That's how I feel during this fight.
Hold on, let me go find out.
Or you want me to do it?
Where is it? Where is this clip?
Go ahead, Ayrton.
Okay.
Oh, well, Fury got one in the back of the head, too. That's what led to the second knockdown.
What? Is that not the right command?
It's money symbol.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Oh, okay. That's the command. Okay.
That's what I feel during the fight here. Oh! Fury connect. Oh, Fury! Fury is fucking going. And there's the clinch. There's the clinch. The ref's going to separate it. Somebody play it. Don't make me go back inside and play the bitch.
What? God damn it.
My completely legitimate stream just froze up. Come on, you faggots.
Hold on. I'm just being special today. There we go.
Oh,
that's right.
Of course. Like when it comes to this much
I'm
violence,
assuming that's the clip you meant.
That is the clip I meant. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Nope. My completely legitimate stream is still frozen. Is yours, Novelbro?
Give us a second. Let's just see. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, I'm frozen too.
Yeah, I'm not getting any audio here.
I don't know. The way mine's frozen,
Wait,
it looks like they're just
wait. It's back
hugging,
on. It's
like
back on. It's back on.
like it's a gay wedding.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just had like obviously the reference to the I have an erection thing. I just had the as I just got the record. So yeah, well done.
Refreshing the stream.
No, mine's still frozen. God damn it! I paid for this.
I don't know.
So's mine. I want my money back.
That's right.
Novelbro, say my fucking name, and then give us the play-by-play.
Hold on a sec. It fucking froze again. That's fucking shit.
Oh, wait, it's back.
It's back.
There's better be a troll. Hold. Oh right, we're back on. We're back.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. 32 seconds left in round 5.
No refund.
They're still going. You think they're going to go the distance?
Oh man.
I don't know the way Fury's fighting now. I doubt it. I really.
Wilder's looking a little woozy there.
Yeah. That's how Titans fall. The bigger they get, the harder they fall.
Fury's going in hard. Oh, haymakers everywhere.
Ooh.
The beauty of heavyweight. They just fucking throw, man. All right, that's the end of the round.
Mash them up with them.
A little bit of blood coming out of Wilder's mouth there. His coach a little apprehensive about putting water in there. Holy
bomb squad to fucking rest.
Man, he looks fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Never ever sleep on a lineal champion.
Blood coming out of his ear, out of his eye, out of his fucking mouth. Wilder looks fine, or Fury looks fine. They're just focusing on Wilder right now because he is fucked up.
Those Irish fuckers, man, they're crazy as fuck.
Oh yes, I do love working with him.
Oh, and see the thing is Fury can dodge anything. Like you throw at him, he's gonna hit your hand away and hit you with the other hand.
He's surprisingly fast for how big he is. Holy shit!
Of course.
Well, Wilder is too. Holy shit! Wilder looks like he's off his feet. Fury's just throwing at him. Wilder's trying to clinch up. Fury's just throwing. They're clinched up in the corner.
Man.
Wilder doesn't even know where he's at right now.
Yes.
He's just laying down, trying to take advantage of the clinch. He looks like he's out on his fucking feet. I don't know this is going to go the
like
distance.
He's drunk at this point.
He does. He looks like I would in the middle of a fight. He's laying down in the fucking corner.
Homer versus Mike
keep
Tyson.
your hands up. The ref is telling him
now.
to keep his hands up. Fury's still throwing.
Weren't you going for a cigarette like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, but this is too exciting.
Yeah, this is we're staying on
the ref is the only thing that's keeping Wilder alive in this fight right now.
Yeah, basically. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. He's riding the ropes.
See, kids.
He is riding the ropes.
Kids that shouldn't be watching the show.
What's up,
man?
man?
If you eat your potatoes, you'll grow up big and strong, just like Fury. Ooh.
Life is good.
That was a good shot right there.
Oh, yeah. Why is Wilder riding the ropes like he is? Like, this is embarrassing. Especially for an undefeated fighter. Is he so scared to lose his title? I mean, Fury is obviously the better
Irish
fighter.
national anthem at this point.
Is he rope it open? Is he rope it open?
Oh, man.
I'll be back, gentlemen.
All right. Holy shit.
Deontay Wilder, Bambi Wilder, more like.
Looks like a proper Irishman right there with blood all over his face.
That's how it's meant to be. An Irishman standing at the top of the hill, holding his enemy's head in his hands, like,
while he sucks the brains out through a straw.
Just that, he's probably just chucking the brains out of it. So see, that's your.
Holy shit. Did you see that? The fucking tongue? Dude, he is a crazy fucker.
Of course. If you can manage to get a gypsy's blood up, then you can get quite an animal. That's for sure.
Oh man.
Look at that tongue.
That's what I was just saying.
He's licking his blood. That's fantastic. All right. I gotta step outside so my wife doesn't kill me because I just woke her up and she's not feeling well. So.
Okay. Well, we got this.
No, I'll still be on my headset. I have a 12-foot cord, but.
Oh, that's right.
Just lean in closer to your mic. Just give it some good old play-by-play punditry.
Oh man.
Yeah, Wilder is fucked.
Does anybody know the Irish national anthem off the top of their head? I want to start singing it.
I'm sure Novelbro does.
No, I do not. I mean, I know some rebel tunes, but that's about it. You want to put on some wolf tone?
Irish national anthem.
All right, we're in what, the 7th round right now, or the 6th? Either way, Wilder still looks drunk.
Just give me the fucking lyrics.
I mean, if this is a points game, Wilder is losing madly. But as with any championship bout, like, you have to knock out or submit the champion to really win the belt.
Okay, are the Irish that...
The dummies leave it to the judges.
Sorry, Novelbro. The Irish that intelligible that you can't find the actual lyrics online to their national anthem? You can just find recordings. And
No,
what it
just
means.
just sing the Scottish folk song. I'm drunk and I'll fight you, cunt.
Hold on. I've got a good one. If you like the good drunk and fighting one, there's the old the Kings of
what was that one you sent me?
Just sing the Rocky Road to Dublin, Ayrton.
Hold on.
Fortunately, I don't know that one.
No, sing that.
You mean the Scottish one about
he's in the corner and fucking Fury is unloading. They had to be separated by the referee. Wait, did they just call it? Did they just call it for Fury? Did that just happen? Did Wilder just lose the fucking title to a decision by the referee? They're hugging Fury like he just won the bout.
Holy shit. I'm guessing the referee actually literally saved Wilder.
Holy fuck, Fury just won by decision. Jesus Christ. I have never seen that in a boxing match in my life. I don't watch a lot of boxing. That might be the reason, but everybody's flooding. The match is over. Wilder is too fucked up to continue the fight.
Oh, man. I mean, if they would have let it keep going, he would have been dead by the end of this.
Yeah.
That might just be an intermission. It might have just been the end of the round. Let's wait till the official decision is announced. But there are microphones in the middle of the screen. Fury's wife is in there. He's hugging his manager. He's smiling like he just ate a turd. Did he just take a fucking belt by decision on the ref? Holy shit.
Thanks fuck for compassion, eh? If the ref hadn't stepped in, like Ayrton said, he'd probably be on his way to hospital. Ooh, it's been war tonight, isn't it?
Hold on, I got something for this. We're gonna.
Of course you do.
We're gonna replay this. Like I said, if you want actual coverage from people that know what the fuck they're talking about, definitely check into the Saturday Sunset over with Ralph and Bibble. But here's my thoughts on that.
Oh, you think you wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned.
Push myself to my limits, I'm in it to win it. Forget the beginning, it's now that you're living. Don't be forgiven, don't fear what you're missing. A mind like a killer, you need to be driven. 10 steps ahead, you prepared in the head? Think this shit through or just wing it instead? I'm tired of working so hard for this bread. I'm hungry as fucking fucked up in the head. I'm sick of these lazy bums, they all get nothing done. Waiting to have someone take care of everyone. I don't need anyone, this shit ain't any fun. It takes hard work to make yourself a penny, son. And I will not be the one with regrets. And I will not hear the doubt or the threats. And I'm not one to ever forget. So what's the fuck out or I'm coming for you next.
I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Oh, you think you wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned.
It's been like driving me crazy, these people complacent. Too many are lazy but wanna see changes. You can all hate me, you're slaves to these wages. You need to be crazy to head out for greatness. Don't want excuses, I wanna see movement. Just watch like a student and see how they do it. Need some improvement, we all need solutions. So be the one who could just stack up and do it. You ain't never gonna stop me, I'll be found. Climb my way to the top like a rebound. I'ma be the one to pop with a new sound. I'ma be the one to drop MCs now. I'm off in the hills with this shit. Think that I'm lost but I'm bound to this bitch. Think that I'm not what I say that I is. Think that I got what they need when I spit.
You wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah. Oh, you think you wanna start shit? I ain't even from this world, just call me Martian. I could kick you down a hole just like a Spartan. Fuck with me and you will never be pardoned. Yeah.
Okay.
I can dig it.
Yeah. What now? Ooh, that there is kind of what's happening, church?
Oh, sorry. That's what I had to say.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, hash bricks. Good to see you.
No, I just I think the completely legitimate stream went down because the fight was basically over.
Man, that was crazy.
I didn't expect the ref to stop it.
Yeah, I guess when certain cuts get into the to certain fighters' eye, it can prevent them from seeing, and at that point, yeah, it can be judged as a fight doctor call. But sometimes the referee can just stop it and just go, "Whoa, this guy is taking way too much punishment." And if they can see like, "Oh, this boy's about to get beat to death if I don't jump in," because pride can overtake a sense of prudence, especially if you're so heavily invested in a fight like that. You're just gonna keep on fighting until you fucking die, basically. Unless it's stopped, or unless you're knocked out proper and clean.
Well, pretty
You
much.
got chin like fucking Wilder's. Like that boy's got strong chin.
Well, here's the thing. Wilder was used to be known for knocking somebody out within like 8 minutes, or 8 seconds rather. But holy shit! Look at that! Look at that noise. Oh, okay.
Playing the Irish national anthem. I figured out how to use the rhythm bar. I don't know how to make it stop.
Hit. I got you.
We'll sing a song, a soldier song.
For myself, 'cause like I said, I'm in a rather Protestant neighborhood.
I got you. I'm done. It's over. Let me pull this up. Maybe it's still going. Holy shit! Did them boys just? Holy fuck! Did we really just watch that happen?
Yeah, man. Oh, poor Wilder. Anyway, I think I might need to actually bounce, guys, because I'm absolutely fucked.
Hold up. We got the finale on the stream here. Fuck off.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Never mind. Let's see.
Oh, what was it?
It was a bum link from a completely legitimate source, of course.
Right.
Gosh darn it.
Somewhere out there's an American who thinks Wilder deserved to win the fight.
Whether he deserved it or whether he could get it, two completely different matters. But yeah, all those little
Let me
bastards that would
let me go ahead and say this a second time. You get what you fucking deserve.
fucking damn right. Damn fucking right. He had it coming a long time. Like trying his best to fight fucking tune-up fights and all that, and now he's got no choice but to fight fucking what's his name, Dillian White and Derek Chisora and Anthony Joshua. Wilder now has to deal with them to get back.
Wilder has to deal with them to get his belt back. This was a title fight.
Yeah, naturally. Like I said, he'll have to, he's been pumped down a few ranks and all that, and there's going to be people aching to get at him or get through him to get through to fucking Fury now.
And he has to fight that fucking Russian that was grown in the goddamn lab, essentially.
Oh, the Ukrainian dude, Alexander fucking Usyk or Osik or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to fight.
That dude is a fucking savage. He's a cruiserweight that has just come up in weight just because he's fucking ran out of cuts to destroy it.
Yeah. Like, hold on, let me see if it's back up.
Almost not 1 ounce of fat on the dude. Holy shit, he's a machine.
Mm-hmm. And Wilder's going to have to fight him again. And I just don't see it happening for him.
Yeah, not the way, that and that growth trajectory there is for Usyk, like that it's like it's almost like straight on vertical. It looks like fucking coronavirus does just now on its fucking on the shelf, like shoot right up to the sky like it's some sort of fucking
Tyson Fury dominates Deontay Wilder to score 7th round stoppage to become WBC heavyweight champion. So he won the belt on a decision. Round 1, Fury lived up to his word by going right at Wilder when the bell rang. Wilder showed a good jab and benefited him in the fight progressed, but Fury was the aggressor. 10-9 Fury. Close round, Wilder started to find home for the right hand, but couldn't get it flush. Like the fact that he started throwing combinations, Fury came at the end of the round with a good combination. 10-9 Wilder. So it's 19-19 at round 2. Round 3. The fight has changed. Wilder was against the ropes and Fury connected with a left hook, blasted him with an overhand right to send Wilder down to the canvas. First knockdown. Wilder looked at trouble and Fury tried to close. Wilder went down again, but it was ruled a slip and the bell rang. Wilder initially stumbled by walking back. Wilder is in severe trouble. 10-8 Fury, 29-27. Round 4. Smart idea by Fury to try and finish off Wilder to begin the stanza. It took Wilder about 2 minutes to finally start getting his bearings. Fury kept putting pressure on Wilder by clinching and leaning into him and sapping all of Wilder's energy slowly. 10-9 Fury, 39-36. Fury sent Wilder to the canvas one more with a hard body. Wilder got up and Fury just continued to smother him and blast him with right hands. With about 40 seconds left, Fury sent Wilder stumbling into the ropes. With his back to the ropes, Fury hit another right hand that hooked Wilder's arm. For some unknown reason, Fury got deducted a point by referee Kenny Bayless. Some horrible reffing. He needs to stop out of the way. Do your job. 9-8 Fury, 48-44 Fury. Round 6. Another dominant round by Fury. Continues to smother Wilder with left and right hands. Wilder needs something and in a hurry. His corner is doing him no favors as all of them are saying just throw a right hand. Bad job by the corner. 10-9 Fury, 58-53. And Fury puts him down in the 7th with a decision. Holy shit, boys.
History has been made tonight, and history has been covered.
I actually have a song.
Let's do it.
And this is what we will close out with. So, Ayrton, if you want to give your send off now.
In which case, hold on, I'll give everyone my good night. Thank you very much for having me
Ayrton's
on.
muted.
Folks. And oh god damn you, Ayrton!
I didn't realize I was muted. God damn it!
Oh, so you said something because am I being ignored?
Real quick, before I give my sign off, you know why God invented Guinness, right?
Why's that?
So the Irish couldn't take over the world.
That seems legit.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Well, in honor of Tyson Fury's victory this evening, I have a song. So if you want to give your send off before we close up, go ahead and do so.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Novelbro, do you have any final words or anything you want to plug?
Nothing yet, because everything is really top secret. But Maru no longer exists. The new world is called This Nameless World, and there is now probably about 6 people involved, including me. That's all I can give away just yet, folks, but it's going to be fucking huge.
Alright, well, look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen, and look forward to Novelbro's impromptu return to Twitter later on. But with that,
here's hoping.
Hang out for a second after we sign off, Novelbro.
Yeah, definitely. But with that, I've got a let's see, I've got about a minute and 55 song to play, so we'll do this for Tyson Fury.
Let's do it.
I stumbled at 2 a.m. all drunk and full of smoke. My wife said I have had enough. That said I'm sick. Get out. So I stumbled down to Kelly across the edge of town, and I told the boys my story, and we had another round. Oh, drink and fight. We'll drink and fight. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll sleep with her tonight. Yes, I'll drink and fight. And Mary McGregor, well, she was a pretty whore. She'd always greet you with a smile and never lock her door. But on the day she died, all the men in town did weep. For Mary McGregor finally got some sleep. Oh, we'll drink and fight. We'll drink and fight. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll sleep with her tonight. Yes, we'll drink and fight.
Hey.
Well, I once loved a girl, a child I'm told. I gave her my heart, and she gave me a cold. So now I sit standing here, out in the pouring rain. I'll stumble back to Kelly's pub, and cry away me pain. I'll drink and fight. We'll drink and fight. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll sleep with her tonight. And I'll drink and fight.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one, and we will see you next time.